Alright. Disco Elysium time. Hi, HP. Good ice in hand. Oh no. Man, I hope you didn't have anywhere to be for that though, Aiden. Nothing worse than waking up and realizing that the snooze was not the snooze, it was the end. Actually, I was having that issue a lot with my phone recently because apparently I managed to like disable snooze on some of my alarms, so it wouldn't offer me the option, it would just allow me to turn it off. If you're wondering why, there are a few days where I did not make myself or make it to the Donathon streams on time and sometimes miss the morning streams. Usually it was because of that, honestly. Kind of backronym reverse engineered the excuses in some cases. Sometimes it was sincere, but sometimes I was just like, you know what? Turns out I am not waking up till noon. And we'll simply have to work from there. And we're just gonna start because for whatever reason, I think it's the menu screen that keeps on getting me copyright or getting copyright dings. Hi David, welcome in. How are you doing? Oh my god, Lil Viv. Part wants to call you Big David, but I think it's funnier to call you Big Dave. But I don't know if that really conveys the same je ne sais quoi as Lil Viv. Yes, welcome in, David. I hope you're well. Is there anything I say? Oh no. You know what? Twice is a coincidence. As long as it doesn't get to 3 times, because 3 times is when it becomes a pattern. Also, David, we have begun researching the homosexual underground. Our detective is doing his best. It does. What's the Dumois meme where it's like saw Biden in DC, anonymous, please, and there's like pretty likely place for him to be. Oh, David, you're such a flirt. Absolute scandal. Homosexual underground. Hold on, wait. I'll find what it specifically says about it. Where is it? Okay, so if people are not aware, in Disco Elysium, we have we are severely mentally incapacitated after an aggressive night of drinking. We don't know who we are. We can't remember anything. Our name is Harry Dubois. It took us like 4 days to find it. So now we have all these thoughts. For example, we have an inexplicable feminist agenda. Mesovian socioeconomics, which is just the communism. White morning, which I can't remember that one. Volumetric shit compressor, because we couldn't really handle smelling a corpse. Some kind of superstar, because we are a superstar cop. We are a rock and roll cop. We were doing sex, drugs, and rock and roll while we were being a cop. And also being a homosexual, and also being a communist. So far, I ended up making a fascist decision yesterday because I was trying to be nice to the soldier. That was a choice. But I do think that my communism is outweighing it pretty substantially. Oh, did I not play the... that was such a good one too, Alice. Here,
You're a communist!
There we go. Why does it not want to cooperate with the... Yeah, it was working earlier. Hold on. That's so weird, because we like figured that out. Someone was having an issue with it earlier, and then everyone redeemed one, and they all worked just fine. Will this work?
Please!
Yeah, and now it's not even cutting them off anymore. What the hell? Why is this like this? Anyways, yes, David, it is the homosexual underground. Also, only to the boys you like. I'll send in my application for the rotation as soon as I'm done melting my brain with the Donathon. Alright, anyways. Let's get to it. Also, we have not killed 3 people. He killed 3 people. I got here afterwards. Also, we need to do a report that to the cryptozoologist who is friends with the crypto-fascist, Gary. We're not a fan of Gary. Gary sucks. Only this Gary. This is not applicable to all Garys. I stand with the Gary community. I hear you guys complain a lot about not having enough good characters named after you and things. This one, though. This Gary is a bad Gary. Also, I mean, yeah. I don't know if we need to explain that. He's literally just named Crypto-Fascist Gary. Wait, isn't he in here? He might be here right now. Well, this is the guy who introduced us to the homosexual underground. Very fruity.
Hi again, Gendarme. Bye-bye, Gendarme.
What a fruit. Alright. Let's talk to Lena.
Oh, sweet.
Gary is just the
I don't
cowardly
even know how
version,
to thank
cowardly
you for
and
finding my
dumber
husband and
version of
helping him out.
Measurehead. Measurehead still
I hope we
sucks,
haven't
but
been too much trouble for you.
at least he can, like, he has an idea of what he's talking about. Gary is just a fascist because he's too dumb to think of anything else. Just doing my job, ma'am.
Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie, Meskin origin.
I'll say,
The
Kim is
pin
very
is an
sweet.
antique, quite special.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes.
We're at 8.
You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the phasmid, of course, is more important.
You never told me you've seen the phasmid.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Oh yeah, by the way, the phasmid that we were trying to find is a stick bug that looks like a... I think it's a... the... oh, whatever they're called. Some reeds by the water. But it's a ghost.
Ramblings? Nonsense.
I think that's all they've really told us, is that
Your
it's a ghost
description
bug.
of the phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
You don't get stick bugged.
But darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
That is a way, way bigger compliment than it sounds like.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden...
Many times. You were like a baby.
I'm getting ahead of myself. I was
Several
5
times
and a
your
half
height?
In Betancourt, in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
Okay.
She'd just started forming memories. Real memories. Not the billowy haze of infanthood. Betancourt got bombed in the war. It used to be quite near, circa 20 kilometers from here.
Oh no.
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it.
She had no fear, just surprise.
Aw.
I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
Did you follow it?
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Asking a boy on a very romantic date, in brackets, asking him to go touch cryptid stick bugs in the reeds and knee-deep mud.
Where did you go? Don't go.
And what?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me.
Hi,
Of
Destiny.
course, she just laughed at me, but
sorry,
I
hold on.
knew what I'd seen.
So all of everything goes off of US dollars. So the rewards tier, the Donathon leaderboard, anything that I got in Canadian dollars, like there were a couple of donations that went in CAD, and I just converted like on the day that those were received, I just converted them to US dollars for that day, just to like make it easier to keep track of. Like, obviously, it'd be nice to do it in Canadian dollars, but doing it in US dollars just means that I know that that's where most of the audience comes from, and even if the audience doesn't come from or from the US, then it at least means I can standardize it at that. So the dollar amount that we're at is in US, and that one is as well. I think so anyways. There are some platforms that like charge differently, or you make different rates from them. Like on YouTube, it's supposed to be 70% of YouTube memberships go to the creator. So that would be $3.50 of a $5 membership. But obviously if you pay in Canadian, it's $5 Canadian. US, it's $5 US. Some currencies it's more, some less. So that's why on the wait, I'll find it. I think all of it's on the rule sheet, isn't it? Hold on. So I don't get too immediately stun locked by this. But let me just make sure I get this right. Because where is this? Oh, rules. There we go. I don't know why I never bothered to put these all into like their own separate image sources. I have to like go through and manually find them each time. Yeah, so all of it is in US dollars, so it generally is converted. Obviously, some of them are a little bit off, but it just makes it easier to standardize the amounts for stuff like subs and memberships. Otherwise, it would just be a whole headache of waiting for Twitch to like tell me how long each one is or whatever, you know? But yeah, those are the amounts. I hope that answers the question and makes sense. I'm rambling a little bit today. Also, actually, in terms of the rewards, hold on, let me find that. Because they are also all in USD. I probably should have put that more on these, but yeah. So for the individual rewards, yeah, 25, 50, 75, 100, 250, 500, and then 1,000. 117 is 111 from bits. Hold on, I can find it. I have it all in a notebook here. We'll do this quickly. Pinky promise. Okay, so it was... We started on the 4th, which I think when that happened. Yeah, so $100 was from bits. And also, you did 10,100 bits. So that was $101. And then you did a sub. So that was $103. Where was the next one? Sure. Another $10 on the 16th in bits, so that's 113. 113.50, and then the YouTube membership I think also added the YouTube added another 350, so that put you to 117. Yeah. By Mr. David Dement. I think David might still be in here actually. David, are you gonna poach the top spot from Destiny?
For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress
It's okay. I think I'm probably gonna.
that sort of thing.
We'll probably figure something out for the last like
Most people
24
just took it
hours
as
of
a
it or
strange,
something.
amusing anecdote.
In
So
terms
did
of, like-
I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
What would it be? Like
We were on a date.
not extending the
Can you
time too much or
imagine?
something like that. I don't know.
She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report
Yeah,
of the
what was it, like-
Indian phasmid I've ever heard.
I'm not sure. We'll figure it out.
Sounds. She told me it hissed.
I think once we enter the 24 hours, I'll
So
leave like a
that's how it
notification.
is. This is beyond significant for them.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble.
Mhm.
It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
Aw. You on a date?
Our first, yes.
Aw, it sounds
Not
white.
all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
How big?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
Maybe you imagined it, Lena?
How could she? Who imagines this? She
Yeah,
didn't
well, I think
know about the
what I might do is maybe just leave like a
This is the
24-hour
main
like
thing
final
here.
window for people
It
who
makes it
want
a
to
confirmed sighting.
change
She
or like
had no previous
any extra
knowledge
donations that
of
want
the
to like after the stream is over, there'll be like a 24-hour grace period or something like
So
that,
she
or
couldn't have made it up.
I don't know, just in case anyone does
True,
want to.
yes.
get a higher
I'm
tier or
almost
something.
certain neither my mother nor my grandmother knew of it. It was only when I started telling my story as a teenager that boys would tell me, Lena, you trying to tell us you saw the Insul Indian phasmid out there in those reeds? Get out of here. They just give me a cider and ruffle my hair and tell me to stop dreaming. But I saw it.
Kind of cute. Thanks for sharing
You're
this.
welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own.
Thank you for telling me, man. Who's this guy again?
Always a pleasure.
Oh, this is Gary the
to observe
crypto-fascist.
law.
And His hair is really further back there than in his portrait. Yeah, fuck him. We all hate him. Anything interesting from you?
Was there something got the 20 real? Then why are you...
Fine, Gart. I'll leave you alone. God. Anything else really to do right now? Oh, wait, we didn't talk to Morel specifically. We only talked to Lena. Okay. Have to report back on the trap. There we go.
I couldn't possibly shower thanks on you as enthusiastically as my wife has, but I am grateful for your assistance, officer.
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
Checked all the
Good.
traps.
Okay. And?
And one of them was empty.
Completely empty?
Surprise, tempered with fear and trepidation. He doesn't know what to think yet.
Oh, wait, let me
Maybe
just
you're
check with our
joking.
timer. What time is it right now on here? 67 hours, so that'll be like... I know there's probably... I think there's at least one YouTube membership that's going to renew during that time too, so we'll bump it up by another... what would that be? An hour and 45 minutes? So it's probably close to about 69 hours left unless something changes. Which means that I guess it would end... probably with the first stream on Friday, I think? Maybe the second one? It'll depend. Anyways. We can figure that out as we get closer. There's nothing in the trap, no locust, no
No
phasma.
locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but
Empty trap was the one at your campsite. Maybe this factors into it somehow?
I definitely left that one stocked.
Right from the campsite? Just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
She's engaging in a well-known self-deception called motivated reasoning.
Yeah.
You should correct them.
I mean, that's I think what a lot of this
You're dealing
cryptozoology
with a
is.
subject near and dear to their hearts. It might behove you to tread lightly.
If they were more interested in like actual
Yes.
science,
Phantasmadeia picked off the locust
yeah,
in his
call
state.
it out for motivated
This
reasoning because
is
they'd
good
care about that.
news, though we'll have to
But they're
reconsider the design of the
cryptozoologists.
traps.
They're not going to be
More
interested in
secure.
hearing that I'm doubting their discoveries.
Another trip to the reeds.
Poor guy. Yeah, not very scientific to reason backward from a conclusion you want to be true. Exactly what this is. What a deft hunter, this Phasmid.
Of course.
What?
Be sarcastic. Unless you have an alternative.
I was trying to be sincere with
you'd
you.
like to venture. Mine stands. Okay? Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us.
I was literally trying to
We've
do my
helped you
best to like
twice now.
appease
And
him,
brought
and he's
some
just like,
great
so
news,
fuck you,
too.
I don't believe you.
My gratitude and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol is your...
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened? Some kind of foul play might be afoot. Theft?
Develop an alternative theory. I don't want to make him sad.
Consider
But also
the
does work
way
with the
the
crypto
trap was
fascists.
disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too.
Uh-oh.
You should ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
I think a little hooligan called Kuno might have stolen the
A
locust.
little hooligan. But what would a child want with bugs?
He doesn't care about bugs. He cares about being a menace.
Dear Morel, you've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
Aw. Talk to him, see if anything comes up.
You've been such a dear to us.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
After this is your last chance to talk to Gary.
Really, Gary?
Last chance?
We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs.
Why are you
Morale,
bumming him
it's
down?
been fun.
Or bumming him
Really.
out?
But I need a bath, and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologise, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of Sue's Rainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
He keeps the language unemotional, but it's in there. Disappointment.
Nobody likes Gary. You see the woman up there at some point. I mean, Kuno doesn't hate us right now.
You missed a good show before. A kid came by and completely fucked the tree to pieces.
He fucked the tree up!
You
Okay,
need
that's
to
enough.
act decisively. It's Kuno. Use Kuno words.
What? I'm sure that that's what the game is wanting me to do here, but like,
Stop choking, Kuno!
Kuno's not fucking choking.
choked you out there. Serves the right fusing reactionary shit.
Like fuck you did. Kuno's gonna keep saying kipped forever now. Shit. The fuck did you want anyway? You got your fuck bag down. Now let's talk normal shit.
Yeah, let's have a
Shoot
normal
that shit
conversation.
at Kuno, pig naught.
Wouldn't happen to know anything about any missing locusts.
No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about bugs.
So he knows locusts are bugs.
Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame!
Shut up, see.
Now they're gonna take you to lame prison!
She sounds like she's about to cry, out of disappointment at Kuno's newfound lameness.
Now hold on, no one is lame here. Just tell me what happened.
Deny everything, Kuno. You need to lawyer up.
Kuno's not gonna say anything.
Lame. That rings some bells. Could this be connected to Night City? AKA, the City of Rage.
You know, is this about Rage City?
Oh god, Kuno, no! It's gonna happen now. They're gonna make you lame.
Stop it, see. No one's gonna make anyone lame. Kuno's got this under control.
There's definitely something going on here. You should check out Kuno's shack.
Apparently they can't just
Kuno
like leave.
doesn't fucking care.
Darn. Oh shit! I should add the Sorry, I should add the leaderboard to that command too. Give me one sec. I wonder if I can edit that right now. I mean, I know it's pinned in the Discord as well, but let's set this up too. Oh my god, there's a hamster and a kiwi. Custom commands. Donathon. Actually, wait, we'll just add a new command. Leaderboard. There we go. Should be active now. I don't know if I'll go live immediately. Let's see. Leaderboard. Wow, that was fast. Cool. Awesome. Now we've got the leaderboard up there too. Let's see. Let's go to the shack. Crawling with locusts.
All around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the musky
And one of the
air.
traps.
The earthen floor of the shack has been shaped into mounds of mud, dotted with little holes for windows. Like skyscrapers, spires of dirt and sand rising. Accommodations for their insectoid inhabitants. Sounds like you found the locust detective. Heaps of leaves are rotting among the mud-caked towers. Dozens of little locusts feed on them. buzzing away with vicious joy. Kuno has really outdone himself here. It's an ode to self-expression.
Sure,
It's
Inland
the
Empire.
work of a self-taught visionary.
Should go and ask him to stop then. Like the dude was like, yeah, you can go into my shack, but also don't go in my shack because it's where I'm hiding the stuff that I stole.
Fuck does Kuno care?
He doesn't care. I think he took the locust from the traps that you all just set up.
Yeah. Kuno took the bugs. So what?
So it wasn't the phasmid. A wave of disappointment washes over you.
You say you don't give a fuck about bugs, and then you go build a whole bug town.
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts.
Mm-hmm.
Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit descends.
Stop!
Locusts coming down like a shadow. This must be the Night City he mentioned when you asked him where he's been.
So that in there is Night City?
Yeah. Locust City. City of rage. City of lights.
There's a tug of war over the name of his fantastical city. It's almost too big for his imagination. The girl forces herself to watch again, the corners of her eyes twitching from discomfort.
City of Rage sounds like a cool place.
Kuno, the pig wants to help you. Oh, that's how lame it is. Please just don't say you're...
An artist. Maybe I am an artist. You hear that, everyone? I'm a fucking artist now.
Did he just say I? Kuno usually calls Kuno Kuno.
That's great, Kuno. It's cool to make art.
Oh my god, Kuno. He's gonna make you totally
Cabinet
lame
Il
in like
Capo
3
dell'Arte.
seconds.
5 art cop
Don't
lines.
let him, Kuno.
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free.
Tears at the buttons of his shirt. Okay,
Kuno
yes, more
made
disco
himself into
time.
Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a...
Did you mean
Kuno
to do
doesn't give a
that?
shit.
What was that? What just played? Oh shit. Thank you for the donation. Sorry, I was wondering, it didn't show up on my activity feed. Thank you very much for the donation, Destiny. I appreciate it. Well, let me just see. Because I only barely caught the end of the notification on screen. Just log in. Yeah, look, I could bully the kid, but also I think it's kind of funnier if we just sort of, what's the right word for it? Like, let him dig his own grave with C, you know?
Don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno. You'll have to take me away.
Oh, I'll have to take you away. Aw. Okay. Yes, thank you very much for the donation, Dexy. Let me just see here. Does that put us over the limit for it? That's $15, right? I'm trying to make sure that I get the number right. I think it is. Oh yeah. Sick. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting distracted with this stuff a little bit, but that's okay. Alright, so donut info. That puts us at 40164, which means that we're getting the Q&A video. I am terrified to make that. I don't know how that'll go. Let me see, what's our next, let me just check and see what the next community one is. Because I have forgotten. I don't really know if we would get this far. Alright, let's see, what is it? Oh, it's the art raffle would be the next one, I guess. I don't know if we're going to get to the next one after this point, but gotta update the thing for it. Oh god. 50. Art. Oh god. Streamlabs is not having this. Okay, there we go. Think we're all good? All of it looks good? Yes, okay. Excellent. Thank you again, Dexy. Yes, we're gonna do a Q&A video now. That'll be fun. Oh wait, shit, it's not still... I should probably hide that. So it's not completely covering the screen. God, yeah, Streamlabs is actually dying right now on me. Let's hope it gets better.
So that's what this is about.
Let's say nothing, actually.
Without a word, she disappears entirely behind the fence. For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns completely red now, with splotches of white beginning to appear across his face. You got him. Now convince him to leave the cryptozoologist's traps alone.
I need you to stop taking locusts from the traps. The cryptozoologists are trying to find something very important, and those locusts are
I
bait.
don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now.
Aww.
She was right.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence.
What's gonna happen
Just
to the
long
locusts?
enough to make eye contact with Kuno.
Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die.
What's the city of locusts mean?
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Kuno likes to concentrate on shit. Build shit when he's zipping hard. Fuck.
Aww.
Pig, you really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Now it's all fucking lame.
Poor Kuno.
The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps?
Insulindian Phasmid.
He recognizes the name.
You know what that is?
Bitches think Kuno doesn't know shit. The fuck out of here. Kuno's tired of this shit.
As you leave, you notice his usual rooster-like swaying posture has changed. Slowed down, like clockwork unwinding. There's silence between the two children. They're not saying anything to each other, nor looking in each other's direction.
Aw, we made Kuno lame. I mean, we did ruin his hopes and dreams with the Locust City. The City of Locusts, the City of Rage, Night City. But now he's just, oh, I feel a little bit bad for him. Alright, let's see here.
Oh, hello, sweetie.
Oh, no, I guess
So
we
nice to...
need to tell Morel about it.
Hello, officer.
I had a chat with
I
this kid,
think I
Kuno.
almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know you're skeptical, but I...
Okay,
so he
he's
was
stopped
just
stealing.
a child.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie. This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the traps one more time.
He has a 38-degree fever. His resilience has given way.
Oh.
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick. Maybe it's time to go home.
You're right, you're right. We can come back next season, when it's warmer.
That's just something people tell themselves when they fail.
Coming back next season feels like the smart thing for them to do, because they're not going to want me to find it ultimately. Like, they'll want to be the ones who find it. It's not worth risking your health. You should call it a day and go
He's
home.
right, dear Morel. Come now, we've waited.
One of them is gonna
so
die.
long. What's one more season?
And the other one is going to be heartbroken that they aren't going to find it.
You're right, dear. We'll get our shot yet.
I'm fairly
The
confident.
slouch
But
in his shoulders tells you otherwise.
yeah.
He doesn't know how many
This
more
fever is gonna kill him.
expeditions he has left in him.
And she's going to be left alone.
And you, detective. You've been great company to an old lady and her stubborn husband. Thank you, truly.
Aw.
You're right, Lena. The RCM is worth their salt. More so than they say on the radio.
Can I have your address in case there's news?
Okay, it's 1113 Tabernacle Road.
Tabernacle.
But
A sigh. She doesn't think you.
0 round wheels.
goodbye.
Is that the name her wheelchair, or the sound her wheelchair makes? Jesus. Also, why were you driving a gas-powered vehicle indoors? I mean, I guess you have to if that's all you've got, but like, why is that what you've got? Why is that what's out there? Well, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying though, is like, that's a... I didn't realize that it was gas-powered until it said that in that thing. I mean, we can't go back and complete this one now. It's over. He's gone. Hmm. I mean, I guess probably, but you would imagine that gasoline would have to be harder to come across than, wait, wrong place. Gasoline would have to be harder to come across than a battery. Also, congrats on getting first destiny. Maybe that's one oh, maybe I did get that one earlier. Interesting. And a duck, oh my god. So many redeems. A second duck.
Hello again, esteemed officer.
I need to talk to you. I need to go look at your map wall. Oh. A sane person would ever put their head into such a machine.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board.
Hydration. Thank you for the hydration check.
They're held up by small pins.
Also, Dexter, do you have any particular duck that you wanted to get, or if you're going to be around at 7 p.m. so in about 3 hours, then you can choose one. All right.
The maps look old and faded. The north coast to the east, Hudon. It's so small you can't even see it. No.
Any duck? Okay.
This is somewhere to be. This is all you have.
Look at the map.
This large map displays archipelago Ozon, Laurent. In the northeast, a ducky
cities?
Lost 800.
Right, we're just looking for the white check.
Connection. You have perhaps they are.
I buy these.
They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents.
Seemed to underestimate.
Yes. Are you interested?
Did not say that was the white check. Oh, maybe there's our completed ones. Yeah, there isn't a white check coming up.
The maps look old.
Or maybe it's one of the ones in... Was there a map wall in the game room? I don't think so. I think it's not that it's successful, it's that it's like redundant, I think, at this point, right?
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
Wait, did we succeed? At like 3% odds? Nope. Okay, the healed morale made me think that we had
managed to hoist it off the ground. But see? This place.
Okay. You know what? I'll take that. I'll replace my... I've got enough healing items anyways. I don't know why morale went up from that, though. Let's also bring out the flashlights. What clothing do we get? Oh. Interesting. Kind of disappears once there, but... Oh yeah, we're gonna put out the flashlight. That's right. I don't know if one of these maybe is the white check. I don't think so.
Your flashlight. Some of the writing has these trends. Who are one of the Welkins? Tower. It's the hull. Your eyes glide. The photo. Entire use a pinned postcard. This mini-me as time goes looks like a note in the bottom left. The handwriting is only.
Okay, so that wasn't it. Maybe this one.
This old fireplace is covered in lines.
Yes, we are back in this place. Also, ice cream with mango.
The mesh spread into diagram. The whole thing resembles history classes. Radio frequency unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries.
The anatomy of a curse.
Looks like a someone, the lead, a conduct, whoever all of there's nothing.
Okay, it's not this. Must have just been the other thing. Mangoes is my oof. I'm sorry to hear that. Also, it's because he's shaved. We shaved him, and I thought that would be the nice thing to do for him, because that amount of facial hair with how he's been taking care of himself, he'd be scruffy. But now I think he's just... I don't know. Everyone's been making fun of him for it whenever they've acknowledged it in-game, and I feel bad for him. It didn't mean to make you look scruffy. It means make you look even more like a bum. Also, to be fair, how he's dressed probably isn't helping. We need a better pry bar for this.
This orange machine is dead still. It ha-
Alright, let's head out. Because now he looks more like himself. Because that beard isn't what he actually looks like. We've seen his ID card, right?
A police badge on which you the man, but the badge. Good choice. 8. What do you? The badge in.
You can see it a little bit in here. He's supposed to be clean shaven. He's doing the expression. I don't think that photo was that old. I think he's just aged a lot in the last couple minutes. I'm going to talk to Joyce because we haven't really talked to her much lately. Also, wait, does she have a white check associated with her, do you think? Novelty Dice Maker has one. Oh, Joyce has one. It's Fleet a car. Oh, but we haven't upgraded that, so we can't do it anyways. Yeah, and we're trying to get him back to being happy and well put together. We can't do that if we leave him a disheveled mess. Somebody's got to care for him. Although I guess the beard kind of takes away from his association with Karamazov. Maybe he'll be unhappy with me for that. Also, I really don't know what to do with the rest of our day until we can start doing all this stuff. Because there's like 8 things that are supposed to happen at 10 p.m. Alcoholism suffers from him. Yeah. Like, is there anything else for us to do right now? I mean, I guess we could go do the stupid stuff with the rave shit, but I hate them all. Actually, I want to talk to... Wait. Same address the lead programmer Fortress X Down was looking for. Yeah, that's her. She was the lead programmer. She told us that. Why is the game... Sure.
Hey, Innocence Dolores Day liked little figurines, right? Like you have the Headless Falcon Rider figurine. You should give it to her. Win her back.
Like a baby rabbit trunk. Win who back? I can't win her back. She's a long dead historical figure.
Pessimistic. This isn't funny.
Yes, I'm taking this task.
Very nifty.
Okay, well, I was going to ask her about that, but I guess we're,
The mother of humanism stand.
Why? Because she's stained glass window.
Does seem to be a problem. I
The task is still on?
What are we thinking of? Only a strange little sadness remains. The mother of humanism towers above you. A wax painting on a cracked pane of glass. Nothing has changed in her expression.
Let's try it.
Why? I don't know. Only the mother of humanism towers above you. Nothing. Just the edge of the cracks.
Yes, what is it?
What's that 2mm?
The swallow, you mean? Great. Thanks.
Oh, she doesn't have anything else to say to us, I guess. Okay. The voice acting is really good. This is okay. This is part of why I think this game is honestly something I shouldn't have done in the Donathon where I'm doing 4-hour shifts. Because I feel like I end up getting impatient with it too quickly for that. Like, if I was going for like 2 or 3 hours, I don't think it would be as much of an issue. But some of the characters especially, like if the writing wasn't on the screen, it wouldn't bother me as much. But in my brain, yeah, I know it's a slow game, but that's not, like, it's the fact that I can read it for myself and then feel the impulse of like, okay, I've got it, let's move on. Like...
Hello again.
I don't know, I want to get to the next thing too much sometimes. Actually, wait, hold on. Let me figure out what we're doing with her specifically. Because she must have one, right? Andre... Or maybe she doesn't. Lom. Oh, my song is so noisy. Okay, so I guess we just have to deal with Andre. God, these guys are so annoying. Lom. Yeah. He's the man. Also, I hate these characters. I can't stand listening to them talk.
So, how are things going?
To deal with Egghead.
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music and by being a master of ceremonies.
Master of ceremonies?
A host, A declaimer of slogans.
MC.
He's a performer. Gets the people going.
How do you communicate with him?
Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
Have you ever really talked to him?
Yeah, sometimes. When I stumble and find my way into his center, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself.
I checked out the church. Talked to the crab man.
Man, who is he? What did you think?
Seems okay to be honest. Very spiritual.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
Just preaching and praying from the looks of it.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem? Yeah. Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
Actually, he did tell me that, right? I was pretty sure he was like, yeah, whatever, I guess. Because he was like, I don't care. Well, it's probably in the finished ones, isn't it? Missing insects. Did it not count any of these? Was he not part of that task, or is that still part of...
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
Don't worry, I don't think he really gives a damn about you or anyone else.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light! Yeah! Maybe.
I do love that his voice actor seems like he's having a good time with him.
Out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes?
Yes, I saw her.
Grandma? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
She said you guys haven't been completely honest with me about your plans.
Come on, man. Who will you trust? The spooky programmer or us? We just want to make the world a better place. Feel the love! Get down and feel it!
A half-hearted sell of something which does not seem worth buying.
The love? No, I'm not really feeling it at all.
You'll get there, believe me. When we've got our gear set up, things will be flowing and pumping. Anyway, now that it's settled, how did she seem? I mean, disposition-wise, about the dance club idea. Yeah. Oder 9. Rocking it or dropping it?
The spooky programmer sounds like somebody who's
That's my favourite thing in the
interesting,
world.
exciting.
And she doesn't like it at all.
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity? Unity! Dance!
She made it very clear she won't leave until her own project is
You
finished.
can't just evict her?
No, I won't evict her. We have to come up with a different solution.
Look at you, Honor Man. No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround.
Also, you guys don't own the church any more than she does.
If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music. The lines in the dark exist. Coexist.
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music?
She absolutely does not. Really, truly despises it.
Cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment. Then he returns to the
sadly fist bumping.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
I refuse to throw her out, but I can try convincing her. This is purely based on the fact that I think this is not based on any morals or ethics about whether or not it's okay to toss her out. I think they suck. How do we not get a level up out of any of that? Fine, we'll try logic.
Nothing jumps out to you. Nothing,
Sounds
haven't
very
they?
honest.
Or how about you get out and breathe? The air in the tent.
Goodbye, officer.
Okay, I guess that's not working.
We're close. True, hard, full car. It's hard car. Skibberdy. We're close. True, hard car. Hard car to the mega. Here comes the night. We're close. True, hard car to internally coherent. All car. All right. Yeah.
Man, I can't drink that much.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement.
I also don't have enough
of the
alcohol in my
music
house, so
in
maybe
the very
slur my
low
speech
air
enough for
of
him.
the stuffy tent.
Hardcore. Ah.
I can't do it. Like, I'll try my best sometime down the road. Today, maybe no. It's so hardcore. I was just saying that a moment ago. Fuck!
We're close. True. Hardcore to the internally coherent. All car. All.
He furrows it.
Hardcore. Is it though?
Isn't this? Nope. Fuck. I thought that there was one more after that.
We're close. True. Hardcore. Internally coherent. All car.
He furrows.
Hardcore. Ah. Is it though? But is it? I mean, really?
Internally coherent.
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say exactly.
Under the radar.
Fuck.
We're close. True. Hardcore. Internally coherent. All car.
He furrowed.
Is it though? But is it?
Feels like you should reply with the very.
I am the mic enforcer.
Yeah.
I am the chick's checker. Yeah.
We're not smart or stupid enough yet to get through to him, I guess.
So, how things going?
He's a quiet man. Yes.
Okay.
Goodbye, officer.
You got any ideas for how to deal with him?
I see you're here again.
Actually, I don't care to talk to you. Let's see. We have to talk to Estella and ask her about her people now that we've spoken a little bit more.
Hello again. My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
Just answer the question, please.
Sorry. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on.
Oh my god, Estelle, something so
I don't
annoying.
provide information on them.
To the cops.
What about you? Tell me something about
Me?
yourself.
I'm
Oh,
a
finally.
silver bird.
Maybe I'll ask later
Don't know
about
what
all
makes
this.
you think it'll be any different later, but...
Because wasn't this saying now that we've... Oh, we have to set up the nightclub. That's why. Oh, I don't want to deal with you anymore. You all suck and I hate you. She's not a snitch, but I wish she was. We'd go faster.
Yes, what is it?
What if you didn't have to leave? I talked to Andre once to make it
I
work.
don't want to make anything work.
Do you want to make anything work?
Yes, anything.
It's not the anodic dance music that's made her bitter. It's the failure of Fortress Accident.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to be receptive to me if I'm like, are you bitter because you suck?
She gets back to work.
Convince her to cooperate.
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
About your research, you mentioned earlier it's not going very well. Maybe I can help with something.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
But if I could help you finish the project, then you wouldn't have to live in a church next to the Boom Boom anymore. Just think about it.
She thinks about it. A glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
All right. Bring me the game's off-site copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself.
Is this the filament you're looking for?
No. That's the production schedule you stole and accessed without authorization.
Okay, fine.
It's
What
a
is an
backup
off-site
of
copy?
my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio computer.
Mm-hmm.
The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just have to go to my old workspace and get the filament.
Hold on. If it's called an off-site copy...
Oh god, not this again. It is not on-site. It is in the basement. Perfectly safe and not connected to the front at all.
The basement?
Basement? Sounds like it's technically still on-site.
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was a freak accident that has nothing to do with how the backup was stored. We clear?
This is clearly a painful topic for her. She must have had to explain herself
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady.
Where exactly is
There's
it?
this giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. It's there. Don't worry, you can't miss the bear.
But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying...
I found a note from the Ice Bear fridge. It said the offsite copy had been moved to a safer
Wait.
place.
A note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory?
It said the offsite copy had been taken to a nearby ice cream maker. The note was signed by someone named Sulisla.
Jawiza. Of course. Our project lead, Suliswov Jawiza.
We had
God,
unplugged
he was
that
always
thing.
So hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. And feature creep and the Valley of the Heads.
Oh, jeez.
Like it would have made a difference. The offsite copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous. And the heads... I won't even get into the heads. Millions of them. Go find that copy from that ice cream maker, will you? Thanks.
Valley of 1,000 Heads. You like the sound of that.
Found the ice cream maker, but I couldn't get it open. It's completely
This is getting
frozen.
ridiculous. Can't you just defrost?
There's a solution, but she doesn't want to hand it over to you yet. It's a thing. Something she holds dear.
We put a dead body in that
Wait,
fridge.
what? Whose dead body?
No, I put it there temporarily. It's all part of an official police investigation.
You put it there? You put a dead body inside the ice bear fridge.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay. Very cool. Thanks for keeping me in the loop.
Why can't you get the filament
The
yourself?
bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse. Whatever that means.
Why does she think you're part of the curse?
Because she's from Martinez, and people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil.
Don't be too harsh. That's only because of their socioeconomic situation. It does emit elemental evil. People in Martinez don't really like to get with the
She
times.
literally started praying for the higher powers when she first saw my range Civic. I'm not making this up. Once I came in one morning, only to find that my terminal was full of those strange trinkets and amulets. Wards. It looked like some Semenine magic. So what I need you to do here is go have a talk with her, say that you're a policeman and need to get to the building's basement. Then bring me the offsite copy. Alright? This is getting
There's a solution.
Thanks.
Oh, there we go.
And
Where's
here's
that
my
fire?
Qualzone multi-tool. You might need it to hack loose some ice.
It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy to be parting with the Kavalsund.
Hell yeah. Oh, it's giant. I didn't really realize that this thing was that big. I'm glad that we finally figured out how we're going to get that open, though. Also, I hope that it's not a bad thing that I unplugged that thing. I thought that would help melt the ice on it. And I'm really hoping that doesn't mean that the production schedule or the backup copy is damaged because it hasn't been being kept refrigerated. Although, if this thing's still frozen shut,
This orange machine is dead still.
then it should be
has
enough.
a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric
Physical
freezer.
instrument. Okay, I know we have stuff that can boost our physical instrument. Surely we have at least one other, right? Not that one. How do I have nothing else that improves my physical instrument? Oh yeah, no, the pry bar is equipped already. Oh wait, we're being negatively affected by some thoughts on that. Which one of these is causing the -2? Oh, the wasteland of reality. Huh. Oh, we can equip both? Oh, I thought that there would be kind of one or the other type of thing.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting. Ice squeaks beneath your Kavalzun multi, and it's already unplugged. There's not much else to do other than wait for it to defrost.
So I think what we're going to want to do is wait until we're done with this wasteland of reality thing. Because that -2 is going to be hitting us hard on that, I think. Even with our bonuses that we've got. And I don't really know what else to do there. Also, find the right tool. Was there another way to get that thing? Maybe rob it from her? Let's go back to the church to see if she has any thoughts, opinions, or anything else about how we might get in there.
Yes, what is it? Yes? Thanks.
Yeah, okay, so there wasn't anything else that we can get from her. So we might just need to find something to kill the time for the next 3-something hours. Dolores Dave's fond of figurines. Maybe we can buy some more, because we have a good number, right? Are we allowed to go through the door? There we go. Let's head back to the waterfront. Or, Harry, are you gonna... There we go. Can I buy any others?
Rows of big men on
a classic set.
They're not all blue. These figurines.
Which one?
This set of...
I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to... Maybe.
He seems to have his...
Okay, it doesn't look like he's actually willing to sell me any other figurines. I think we only get that one from him at least. I don't think he's got anything else for us. Let's head back out. And... what else could we do with our time? We can't do that. Can't do that. This one doesn't seem to really be doing anything. Gotta get that open. She won't do that until we've done that. Solve that. We don't really have a way to take down Kuno's dad. I don't know who else to ask about the tattoos. Oh, wait. I wonder if this multi-tool might help us get in that blue door. The egghead puzzle. We're not dumb enough to answer the egghead puzzle yet, though, apparently.
You see, a heavy... The door does... The cobalt...
Okay, I'm not even allowed to try? Sick. We try to prove our authority to him.
It's you again. What is it?
Never talked. He promised he'd cooperate.
Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play with you. Is that it, lawman?
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell on us?
Why don't you push me some more and find out?
Let him talk to me like
like that, Titus?
Let's see. Yeah, I guess I am, you big pussy. The old man sent word you'd be around again. That's the reason I'm being so forthcoming with you. Don't wear it out.
But having Everard back you up like that did seem to have some effect.
It's a white check. We could also level up our authority to try and give us a bit more of a chance. Because we're not being negatively affected by that, are we? Oh, never mind. The communism is dragging down our authority, but... Hold on. Honestly, I bet we have some sort of a clothing item that improves... Or we have a bunch of clothing items that improve authority. I know we do. I'll put those on, and then we'll try talking to him again. It is annoying I can't just do this during a discussion, but... Alright. A bunch of shit that takes away from our authority. Can we have anything good? Literally anything useful at all? There. Let's try it now. It's the best we're going to be able to do.
What is it?
Oh, wait, shit. I didn't even think to, like... Where's authority at in this? Bonus from items, psyche days. Yeah, okay.
Establish authority. Yes. Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind. Did you already try? You're probably right. The others are only there for filler. To make the gun thing pop.
Stop shitting your pants. The law handled it.
Yeah. Aren't you listening? It's done. Finito.
You're not the law. I am the
For
law.
God's sake, stop shouting!
Sounds like someone's damn broke.
They're not going to give you anything. Can't you see? I can't have a police interrogation in here. People are trying to eat.
This doesn't concern you.
Of course it concerns me if you make this kind of...
Easy, babes. What is this?
Everyone can see you picked some wrong
Oh, shit.
Next time you have to come up with better things to say.
Now it's going to be harder to succeed with authority with him, isn't it? We're going to try one more time, and if that doesn't work, then, I don't know, we'll cry about it.
It's you again.
I think we're going to do worse on it, though. Oh, never mind, that didn't make it worse.
As
Thank
you look
God.
around this room full of sweaty men, swearing, drinking, spitting out tobacco, does this look familiar?
Where have I seen this before?
You believe the place was called Precinct 41. It was also filled with, almost exclusively, men. Sitting on desks, talking shit, and wasting time.
Look, I get it, Titus. You guys really are the authority around here. You must be. You're just like real cops. Drinking beer and sitting around with your dicks in your hand.
You got a problem with beer now?
Not quite there yet. Push on.
No, I'm also a big fan of beer and jerking off instead of helping people.
You saying we don't help people? I've been doing this job for 10 years. Martinez was a dump before we put this outfit together.
They don't know, man. They weren't here. We had 3 shootings a week, kids dead, fucking graffito everywhere. You cops haven't shown up since the 30s.
Congratulations. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties while there's a rape victim.
So what? What do you want from me? We took care of that fuck.
Don't let him drink that. One more push. Quick. Just don't antagonize him. You have this already.
Someone's been assaulted. She needs counseling. We need to talk to her.
Titus?
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got him. He's going to give it up, but on his terms.
You want to talk to her, cop? Fine. I'm gonna let you talk to her, but you treat her with respect. If you don't, if you question her, harass her. A freight train of pain, buddy.
What's her name?
Glacia. I'm on due. She's staying here at the Whirling in Rags. A real pretty one. Silvery jumpsuit.
Wait, is that her on the roof?
That's I'm on due. With an O-U.
Shit. The girl. The girl upstairs? That can't be her. She knows you drank so hard you forgot you were a cop. You inexplicably add cool after the victim's name.
I don't understand what's so cool here.
Whatever you do not tell him you know her. Calm. Normal. Try to forget this little hiccup.
What was the relationship with the nurse?
Relationship? There was no fucking relationship.
Something is off here. His anger is possessive.
You knew her
It
personally.
was like that karaoke incident all over again. Or like some of the other girls he was harassing.
Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation.
Okay, when was that?
He did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again. So what does it matter?
You could establish a timeline.
All right. 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know. I need another beer.
Here you go, boss.
Oh shit, the stream just like tanked? What happened there? Did I have something open that shouldn't be? I don't think so. I was got worried. It said that the bitrate randomly went up. Also, did the timer not go up when the donation happened? Oh no, we were, never mind, that's right, yeah, we were at about 6 to 7 hours before. Sorry, I am having the worst time trying to keep track of when that's happening. But no, Twitch said that the bitrate like randomly like tanked, like completely cut in half. But it seems like it's okay, I guess. So what's your relationship with her? How well though?
Well enough, Copper. We partied.
Okay, it seems like it's already better.
She's been here for a few months.
He tries to make it sound real casual, but the muscles on his neck tighten.
She's not from here?
You mean Revachol? Nah. She's an immigrant. Or a drifter of some sort. Been staying here over the winter.
Don't you give her any more trouble. She's just had some bad luck, that's all.
Shut up, Angie. She doesn't need your help.
Titus gives them both a look. They fall silent. What's with all the silences? It's like these guys don't know how to feel about this. You should keep picking at it.
You said you partied. Cool, that's cool. But what did you mean?
What do you think I meant?
Did you karaoke?
Yeah, tons of it. All the songs.
So you're saying the two of you were close?
No, we just fucked. That's all. I'm not gonna give you any details if that's what you're after. So put your dick away.
He really went out of his way to seem comfortable with this topic. That's all you're gonna get for now.
Thank you, I'll talk to her.
Remember what I said. Freight train of.
Yeah. Freight train of pain, I gotcha. I have no idea what he's talking about.
The door is closed.
Who is it?
Somewhere, not far from here, the lieutenant is preparing her file. Claudia Amandu, he writes. You realize the detective should be here for what comes next.
Okay, so we can't do this until we have Kim. So is there anything we can do right now, or are we just like waiting, basically? Well, yeah, we need Kim in general, but specifically this time, I think we can't do anything right now until we just have to wait until the evening. Because there's no... Every task that we need to do either needs Kim or needs to be done after 10 o'clock, or both. Or relies on one of those being done.
You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench. Your feet ache.
I didn't realize we could like choose the amount of time that passes.
You finally stop picking your nose. Time passes. What events led you to sitting on a bench completely drenched? The coast is bleak. The rain is bleak. Your soul is bleak.
I feel like we looked at pretty much everything on the map that we would want to look at. And also, I do want to advance some of these other stories. Well, have a good night, Alice. Thank you for stopping by. Good sleep. Alright, actually, let's... I'm going to run to the bathroom really quickly, and then we will come back and we'll finish waiting, and then we will go do all those events, okay? I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Let's calibrate this quickly and then wait our time.
Time passes. You wonder, if it could rain so much that it drowns all of Martinez, then everyone would have to go on about their day in diving suits.
Wait, that's the time for all of them, right? Yeah, 2200. Okay. Oh my god, we're finally getting through the wasteland of... Oh wow, we're getting through both.
Time passes. You wonder, if it could...
Let's explore our thoughts.
Wasteland of reality. Congrats, you're sober. It will take a while for your body to remember how to metabolize anything that isn't sugar from alcohol. So you're going to be pretty ravenous soon. Eat plenty. You can expect your coordination and balance to improve in a couple of weeks. In 2 months, you might start sleeping like a normal person. Full recovery will take years though. It'll be depressing, and it'll be boring. Don't expect any further rewards or hand claps. This is how normal people are all the time.
So we just got worse at everything, huh?
Homosexual underground.
Alright, now it's time for something that'll give us some better skills.
Maybe you should stop obsessing about your own and other people's sexuality. Feels like it's about time to do that. You thought about this for 8 hours? Not only should you stop, you should tell Kim you've stopped obsessing about other people's sexuality too. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. Unless you already got him killed because you were obsessing about your sexuality. There's no way of telling from within your brain. But for your own sake, please say you didn't.
So we don't get any bonuses out of that, do we? God, we are just worse at everything now. That sucks. Why did I bother doing any of that?
You sit on the wind wall.
And I can't keep obsessing with sexuality? Oh, lame.
Oh man, if we invited Guillaume Le Million here, we could create a time pop. You wonder if it could.
Okay, now we should be time for actually doing, or now it should be time for doing some stuff.
You wonder if it could.
We don't have Kim with us, which does make it a little bit concerning, the idea of going and getting our gun from what's-her-face. But hopefully she'll be chill. And if not, I don't know, we hit her with the multi-tool. What is the point of a multi-tool if not to hit people who don't give you back your gun? Also, cannot remember. Oh, no, it is up there. I'm dumb. Right, it's all the way across. Come on, Harry. Are there other people we could have recruited to be in our team, by the way? I feel like I saw somebody talking about having, like, Lena in the party, but I don't really know how you would do that. Alright, old lady.
Lowman, you caught me at an opportune moment.
Wait.
This awful weather keeps me awake.
Oh, Old Fish Market. I don't know why I thought it was her. Can I not fast travel from here? What the fuck? I should be in one of the fast travel locations properly in order to do that. Ugh, fine. There we go. Oh, okay, we have to walk past there to the boardwalk. I see, maybe? Why don't you just shoot me when I get there? If she has my gun, she presumably has bullets for it. What's that? Sorry, it didn't crash every MC in Revachel, hopefully.
Put your hands where I can see them.
Show me your hands. This is the pigs. Show me your hands. Right now!
Scavenged, battery-powered police lights protrude from her back. The flickering light show reveals a gun in her shaking hand. You shouldn't be here. Something's very wrong with her. She's completely out of control.
The man appears to be pulling out an object from his pocket.
Superseding event. Split-second decision. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. I want you on the pavement right now. This is the pigs. Subject yourself to a full body cavity search. Prohibited materials concealed in nostrils, ears, mouth, navel, urethra, foreskin, vagina, and rectum.
Yeah.
In her mind, the cavity search is happening. As long as she's saying it. It appears the things she says are very real to her. The situation looks bad. Calm yourself. Steady your breathing. You have to go for the gun sooner or later. Perhaps you can learn crucial facts before you do.
Please identify yourself, ma'am.
It's the goddamn police shitbag. Have the pavement. You're under arrest.
She thinks she's a police officer. Try treating her like a police officer. A lower-ranking police officer.
Officer Pigs! Officer Pigs! They'll be afraid of Harry Dubois, requesting your sidearm for inspection.
What?
Patrol officer, you're in gross violation of the RCM Code of Conduct.
In this moment of hesitation, she almost doesn't seem disturbed, but like someone suddenly waking from a deep sleep.
Patrol officer, I have to sign you up for a disciplinary hearing.
With a swift, poorly coordinated move, the woman slams the megaphone against her lips and teeth. A trickle of blood runs down her chin. She doesn't notice it.
Officer compromise. Unlawful impersonation. Pigs en route. Engage your will.
Okay. She's actually more agitated now. My bad.
You're not the police. I am the police. Hi, Fossil. Welcome in. Thank you for the hydration check. How's everyone's favorite unhinged puppy doing today? Thank you for the jacket redeem as well. Alright, Lieutenant Double Freighter Harrier Dubois, for 41st Precinct.
No. No. I thought Mr. Moran. Gareth.
Aggravated assault! Man down! Officers in pursuit!
Chef.
There's a scenario unfolding in her head right now. It has nothing to do with what's happening here.
Also, don't call me out like this. I am the Twinkie. Oh my god. Actually, Twinkiegachi is kind of a cute idea. Maybe I'll get art of it.
Law enforcement compromised! Impersonating a police officer!
Does she not believe you're actually a police officer?
If we take it out of our pocket, she's gonna shoot us. But also, I am a cop.
License and registration! License and registration! Come in dispatch! Sector! Azimuth!
It's not a code, just disjointed words. She's losing it. One twitch and there will be blood.
Confined quarters! Assailant coming up!
Condition black. No. They're really not. The gun wasn't loaded. No shots fired.
Twinkiegachi acrylic charm. Also, don't give me too many good ideas. I will actually. I will make a note of that actually. Give me a sec. Because I will forget about it. I will not give you a share of the proceeds, but I will give you some credit for it if it happens.
What is this? This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets.
They have bullets, sir.
Isn't real? Police gun always have bullets. What is this? Why did you sell me this?
She looks devastated. Grab the gun. Right now. This might be your only chance.
No one ever cares anymore. Why
So oh my god, I've got enough drama going on as it is, Fossil.
Okay, you need to figure out what to do with her now.
Nobody's ever around. Nobody ever comes to visit me.
Cancel me for being a twink. Oh no. Don't worry, I'm not really a twink. I'm very sorry this is how life turned out for you.
Her scratched skin is warm to the touch, but the person inside doesn't even know you're there.
Yeah, I mean, this game, Baldur's Gate, I think, probably has more just because Baldur's Gate is like a massive, like, there's so many fucking characters in that one. But this one also, I mean, I guess that was part of the final cut, wasn't it? They didn't have voice acting in the original game for most of the characters. It was just text. The final cut came out, and that one was on the gave, like, all the voice acting. In the
catatonic woman,
God damn it.
Especially now that she's unarmed, doesn't seem to be a threat to anyone but herself.
At ease, Patrol Officer Pigs. Your heart is in the right
The
place.
catatonic woman doesn't understand.
Oh.
It's a shame. Recognition from an actual police officer would probably mean a lot to her. Too bad she'll never know.
Oh yeah, no, it'd be miserable to do. I mean, probably a lot of fun in theory, but also like having to be like, okay, can you do that one again, but like more devastated emotionally? Can you do that one again, but like older and sadder? I think that one that would. I would love to be a voice actor. I'd love it if I had the control over my voice to do that, but it seems exhausting. Like it seems exhausting to do that kind of voice acting with that kind of a project where you have to do so like all those takes, all that editing, then you have to, you have to try and voice something that you can't really necessarily see a lot of the time. I just want to see the sheriff tell me where to find you. Maybe live in your family.
Leave the radio on. Mr. Moran is on Channel 8.
Reflex to what? Being left alone. She stands motionless. The woman stands slumped. She looks catatonic under her mountain of RCM paraphernalia. The old woman doesn't react. She doesn't even flinch as you reach out and disentangle the familiar-looking lieutenant's cap from her mountain of RCM paraphernalia. The old woman. The old
She doesn't
woman.
react, okay. Alright, well, I got my gun back. That's gotta count for something. Also, we got our hat. What's this? Oh, this gives me authority. Could have used this earlier, but sure, why not? We also do have bullets, don't we? Or we did have bullets. I don't know where they went. That's concerning. Anyways, there were no bullets in that there. Yeah, this has been a fun... I mean, I think it was it Alice or someone else who said early on that, like, it's not really a game in that sense. It's more like... It is more of like an interactive story than anything else, because you're just kind of wandering around learning about things. It's a good time. I do really enjoy it. I'm also glad that I'm experiencing it myself. Because I think I would have made different choices a lot of the time, I think, if I had known more about it. Coming in kind of blind helped with that. Okay. Now, let's travel back here. We don't have very much time, probably, but we will at least try and go in here and say hi to them. We'll tell Titus about her.
It's you again. What is it?
There's an old catatonic lady in the old fish market on the other side of the bay. She needs help.
What's that, Copper? You want us to help little old ladies now?
If you want to be the local law enforcement, these kind of things fall on your shoulders.
Yeah. We'll send someone out. Who is? Wait. It's the pigs, isn't it?
Yep, her.
God. Poor lady. Don't worry. We'll handle this. I think
Oh.
she got some family in Kurong or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick. We've been getting complaints.
Hey, wasn't Everard's B team looking for her the other day? They said...
Yeah, I think you're right, Gene.
Whatever you do, do not admit to these punks you lost your...
Didn't have any in mind.
Well, whatever then, Copper.
No. They totally said what it was.
I don't remember. I was fucking drunk.
Let me know if you figure it out back there. Now, anything else we can help you with?
What's her name?
Auntie LaPlante. We always called her. Something LaPlante.
Marianne, amigo.
Marianne LaPlante.
Anything else you wanted to know?
Who was she?
Was like before. Just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago. Never come to visit. Never took her calls. She gets out every now and then. She did right by lots of us when we were kids. Always was a little off, but still.
Us kids? That must have been ages ago. She was better then. The children kept her together.
How did she get like this?
Wanted to be a cop, you mean? Well, shit. I don't actually know. Anyone know why she started acting like a pig?
No fucking clue. It's gotta be the crazy. Who'd want to be a pig?
I can't but feel partially responsible for the unhealthy culture that poor woman latched onto. Sorry.
Yeah, you should be.
Whatever, Cole. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of our own.
Where'd she get all her cop gear?
Dunno. She lives by the water. Shit washes up all the time on the beach.
Sorry, one sec.
Station 41. A man carries a crate of rusted, unused badges. You think these would net us something at the annual auction? A balding detective drags a comb futilely across his head. Shit, who'd want those? Just dump them into the river.
Finding a phone case you like is so hard. I just buy like a cheap, shitty clear one at this point whenever I get a new phone, because I'm just like, I
No
can
problem.
never find anything I
Cop
like.
man. We take care of our mentally ill here in Martinez.
Also, the flip, like that's the one that's like it's an actual flip phone, right?
Sure enough.
Or like a
we're the
modern
real
one.
heroes on these streets.
Okay, well, we did something nice at least. We're trying to figure out what's up with with the pigs. I wonder if he reacts differently at night.
Hi again, gendarme. Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer? Well,
some ass.
here's to you. Oh yes,
How about the
let's
muscular
see.
type?
He knocked on my door a few days after. Muscular, handsome.
Okay.
Sure. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Let me be gay with you. Come on. What is this game? Oh, interesting. Okay, now we gotta go to the apartment. Actually, I wonder if that guy might have some bullets we can buy from him. Because we do need bullets if we're gonna actually deal with what's-his-face's dad. This place should still be open. And if we're gonna have a gun, we should probably at least have a couple bullets, you know?
Greetings on this fine night. What brings you here?
There are recordings of the Koldamama.
The Koldamamadakwa. Sorry, I would never have guessed that you were that interested in ultrasonic sounds. Or birds, for that matter.
I have hobbies, just like all normal people, because I'm a normal person.
Oh, I didn't mean. Once knew a group of young musicians who decided they didn't want to play music anymore, and started looking for all
I know
kinds
those
of
people.
interesting sounds instead.
So cool.
Cool or not, one of them was obsessed with recording the Koldamamadakwa, and he was one of those passionate people who know a lot about all kinds of strange things. So he got the rest of us to join in his search.
Ever find it?
We thought we did. We got together all these recordings of unusual sound patterns, compared them, cut them up, and combined them into the
I just realized, yeah, getting a
Koldamamadakwa.
case for a phone like that would be even more miserable. Can I listen?
Unfortunately, I don't have any recordings from my old life. None at all. But I do have a tape with some ultrasonic sounds that might be what you're looking for.
Absolutely necessary
This
for
recording
usage.
comes from down the coast. Wasn't looking to record anything specific. Just left a recording device there one morning. Keep in mind, I have to slow this one down enough to make sounds well over 200 kilohertz audible to the human ear. It will be strange.
As the hum grows louder, modulating but always unnaturally uncomfortably low, like it's coming not from the speakers, but also from inside your chest. Breathing is becoming difficult. There's a growing sense of dread. The sound is coming from inside you, but also surrounding you. It feels as though someone is standing just outside of your range of vision and watching you, doing this to you. He nods to you, reassuringly, just as more diverse, higher-pitched sounds, some random, some appearing to form patterns, hit your eardrums. Seabirds most likely, gulls and such.
And skewers, but
A low range of sounds is easier to handle with a focal point, but still troubling. You are mesmerized by the sounds, but also feel nausea welling up as the motif continues, then begins to recede, dissolving in what must be the sound of water lapping at the bank.
you know, now that I've listened to it on these new speakers, it's not the Koldamamadakwa. Wrong patterns, wrong photons. Probably some insect trying to sing higher than its predators can hear. Still, fascinating, aren't they? Early morning sounds.
It wasn't really what I was expecting to get from him, but that's something. Okay, let's go talk to our commie friends. See what kind of revolution we're going to be leading here. Also, I should probably take off those boots. Kim is not going to be happy if he sees me in them. What's the other pair of boots or pair of shoes? Sure, we'll just take some empathy. Jesus. I should wear that because that one's the communist one they want us to have. Yes, it is exactly like Animal Crossing. You are correct.
Why does art inspire you so much?
It does, yes, but what is art?
Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
I fit into the art world.
Have you looked in the mirror lately? To be honest, you have the exact features of the modern artist, with that wild hair and those clothes. Perhaps you should try to write poetry someday and critique architecture.
I guess I have been feeling critical lately.
Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
Okay, if 50% art critic is what's needed to free me from rote repetition, so be it.
Exactly. It's not only
actual art degree?
Only gets the go ahead and
let me just see what that says. Yeah, it's another cop type, the worst one, the most savage and brutal, the art cop. Nothing is good enough for him. Everything is shit. You have to employ an armada of adjectives to depict and demean the mediocrity of the works and visual institutions around you. Really flex that critical muscle until the vocabulary for punishing mediocrity becomes second nature. Here we go. Am I going to be allowed to go back up here? There we go. Interesting. And that was one we had already seen before, so I'm guessing that means that we can go back and try it again now?
just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. Yeah, why?
Mary.
A plaster cast, honestly. A poor community.
Are we too late? Or is it this one?
You hear someone. A poor
Do you have a...
It's generous.
Am I in the wrong place?
This door is no one answered.
Wait, this is Cape Side Apartments, isn't it? There aren't really any other apartment buildings, are there? Maybe it's at the other balcony or something. Wonder what that is. You tell me where they're meeting?
Give me a moment. What?
Would she understand if they...
If it ain't my business, I'll keep my nose out of it. Think we'd all be better off.
Okay, fine, Christ. I won't ask you about it anymore. Although that area is lit up bright red, which...
As you approach, this must be it.
There we
Beyond
go.
this door lies the beating heart of radical communism in Martinaise.
Just look at this pig, sniffing about after hours.
Why don't you say the secret door is right behind you?
Must have slipped my mind. You know how it goes.
The metal grill is cool to the touch. The clang of metal reverberates all along the scaffolding. The voices coming from the other side fall silent. A pair of frightened hares cowering in some dark crevice of their burrow.
Who's there? Is that you, Maurice?
Are you all communists? I'm looking for some
Who's a
communists.
communist? Did we say communist? Get out of here.
Listen, I've already built like 0.0001% of communism, but now I need to get organized. Can you help me?
For a moment, silence.
Why don't I get to just say my code phrase?
What's the passphrase?
It's remember Dobreva and Abedinais.
There's no response. You begin to wonder whether they've slipped out some back way. No, they're still there. You can feel them back there.
Alright. The key's taped to the back of the door frame.
Of course
Just
it
make
is.
sure you put it back when you're done, or we'll all be locked out. And do watch the concrete. It just kind of falls away, in places.
Have fun at your underground meeting, pig. Hope it's a blast.
The two young men are either oblivious to or ignoring your entrance. Their attentions are fixed.
Wow,
on whatever
what
it is
communists
they're
you
stacking
are.
in the middle of the floor.
I think it's holding, Alexis.
It is.
Echo Maker?
It's definitely not holding. Those matchboxes are stacked so haphazardly, it's like they want them to collapse.
Careful, careful.
Aww.
Damn, hardly any difference. You're late.
You should know the meeting starts at 10 p.m. sharp.
Are you sure this isn't also part of the homosexual underground?
His eyes are tracing an invisible line back and forth from your jacket to his companion.
Hey, Esteban, isn't that your jacket?
What a coincidence. You two have the same jacket.
Oh my god.
What are the odds?
We're matching.
Based on the prevalence of white Sarah-Mauritian suits in Martinaise, extremely low.
It certainly looks like my jacket, Alexis. Where did you get that, gendarme?
I just found it in a room.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. That's real Sarah-Mauritian twill. Only old Sarah-Mauritian communists and drug smugglers wear those anymore.
He is neither of those, of course. He is simply a poor student putting on airs.
Damn.
Also, he doesn't have the shoulders to fill out such a jacket.
See, Uli? It's just like Mazovrot. How does it go, gang?
Those committed to the rights of property are those most apt to violate them.
I assumed it was Maurice who broke into my room to play a trick on me. I didn't think I'd actually been raided by the RCM.
There is surprise in his voice, naturally. But is that a note of excitement you also detect?
Jesus. Wait. Fuck, I don't know that. Hold on. So I don't know who that is really, but I typed in their name in Google and the autocorrect selections were News, Crew, Now, Jail, Post Malone, Wife, Twitter, Sun, and Wiki. What the fuck? Oh, I do know. I think I watched a video about him on, who was it? No, I recognize the name now. I couldn't remember it for a while there. They did a, hold on, I'm trying to remember this. Let me find it. It was by, what's his name? YouTuber, The Right Opinion, wasn't it? Or did he? Yes, he did. Okay, that is the one. Oh no, Jay Aubrey did it. That's who I'm thinking of. Okay, never mind. Ignore me. I got distracted. Look, I'll explain. I have never been into Minecraft content. I've never really liked the videos of it. Never really followed that stuff. So there's a whole like gap in my knowledge on it. You want your jacket back?
Absolutely not. You have to keep it. Can you imagine the look on Morris's face when he finds out the RCM has been kicking my door down?
He'll shit himself. Positively.
And now they've sent one of their agents to infiltrate our meeting.
Hold on, I'm not here to infiltrate your meeting. I want to join your meeting.
RCM wants to join us? Interesting. Does that mean you've done the reading?
Uh-oh. No one said anything about reading. You'll just have to wing this one.
Just wing it. The reading,
Wow.
yes, definitely the reading.
Excellent. Let's hear your critique then.
There were too many words.
Too many words?
Yes, but if the writer just cut a few, I'm sure it would be fine.
Doesn't sound like he's done the reading, Steban.
Well, this is getting awkward.
There's profound consternation in his voice.
Maybe he can explain himself.
What exactly are you two doing
In the
here?
most generous sense, I would say we're cultivating revolutionary consciousness.
Yes, that's probably the best way to describe it.
But more specifically, we are running a reading group. The most rigorous and theoretically advanced materialist reading group in Martinaise.
Comrade Steban is a great discussion leader. One of the best at the university.
It's obvious they take this group of theirs extremely seriously. Whatever you do, don't compare it to a common book club. Yawn. Can you imagine anything duller than a bunch of Beano-clads yanking each other's knobs?
Sounds like a place for intense intellectual engagement. Exactly my kind of
That's
jam.
our whole thing. The world is so shallow, all noise and repetition. We're interested in genuinely radical critique.
Precisely. We are not interested in senseless parroting. We like to read critically.
Within the contours of Mazovian historical materialism, of course.
No, this is communism. Totally different. I didn't realize they taught radical Mazovian theory in universities.
Huh. As though you can call that problem teaching.
One thing you learn quickly at university is that you're not going to find a real education in any lecture hall or discussion seminar.
We are post-attendance, basically.
Exactly. The only worthwhile part of the so-called École Normale de Revachol is the library. That's
École
where we
Normale
make
de
our
Revachol.
greatest critical strides.
Is it just the normal school of Revachol? What? That's hilarious. What does your reading group actually read?
We study all the foundational texts of Mazovian theory, of course. Just last week we finished the second volume of Puncher and Watman's Innocence of Capital.
Truly extraordinary.
And before that we spent 6 weeks on State and Plasm.
Uh-oh. You can feel your attention span rapidly deteriorating.
We've also read Wertmüller's The Megastructure of History, and before that, Real and Reality.
Communist theorists love puns, in case that wasn't obvious.
I'm gonna call it reality then.
Hablas un pain infernal.
The original Fizdale translation, not that watered down revisionist garbage.
These two deserve the Order of Honor. for bullshitting. There's no way they've actually read all this stuff.
Obviously.
But, of course, our special emphasis is on the theories of Ignis Nilsson and his followers, especially the inframaterialists.
Who are these
Not
inframaterialists?
familiar with him? It's pretty advanced stuff. You may not be ready for it yet, gendarme.
Okay, who's this Ignis Nilsson?
Only Krasmazov's most trusted lieutenant, the evangelist of the revolution, and the founding father of the People's Republic of Samara.
It's hard to overstate how unimpressed he is that you've never heard of this world historical individual.
He also happens to be the greatest communist theorist after Mazov himself. It was Nilsson who first postulated the existence of ideological plasma, which forms the basis of inframaterialist theory.
The young man sighs. His companion looks about furtively.
Where's the rest of the reading
What
group?
do you mean? This is the reading group.
Just the two of you?
We're in something of a rebuilding phase.
Some of our former comrades didn't have the ideological fortitude our work demands.
Okay, but what happened to him?
Intellectual attrition is maybe the best way to describe it. Felix said he couldn't keep up with the reading on top of his classwork. And Susanna wanted to read text other than Mazovian theory. Like novels, if you can believe it.
Imagine the audacity of wanting to read a novel in a reading group.
Novels, unbelievable.
See? Even the gendarme gets it.
We've tried recruiting new members, but unfortunately the current intellectual climate is pretty hostile to inframaterialist thought. These days, if you're on the left, the ascendant schools are the Godwaldians and their iconoclasts.
Don't forget about Maurice and the turnips.
Right. Then there was the whole turnip debacle.
Whatever this turnip business is about, one thing is perfectly clear.
No, we're not playing What in Hell is
These young
Bad,
students
Fossil.
have
This is a
much
different
deeper
game.
understanding of communism than you do. You could learn a thing or two from them. If you can convince them, you're one of them.
Sorry about turnips?
It's an unfortunate story. You see, our ex-comrade Maurice is something of an economist.
He's studying macro and microeconomics.
Oh god.
Right. So a few weeks ago we were discussing the extra physical capabilities of the revolutionary state. And Maurice said, what were his exact words, Ulex's?
It was unbelievable. He said, turnips don't care if they are grown by communists, moralists,
Yeah,
or
my inner
vacuum.
artist.
They
I'm
were
a
just
cynic.
the same.
Basically, he was rejecting
Oh,
the
these
whole
aren't the fun
foundation
kind of communists
of
who listen to Doom
inframaterialist
Repeat.
theory.
What is this inframaterialist business they keep blathering about? You've never heard of anything like
Remind me
it.
what inframaterialist theory says about turnips
Simply
again?
that under suitably revolutionary conditions, crop yields naturally increase relative to non-revolutionary crops, which Morris somehow has the gall to deny.
Susanna said that he has been hanging out with some non-communists lately.
For us, the question boiled down to, if you don't even accept the basic ideas of Nilsson and inframaterialist theory, why are you in the reading group?
I totally understand.
Of course you do. It's pretty basic stuff.
So you expelled Maurice from the reading group over an argument about turnips?
Well, it wasn't so much that he was expelled.
He just quit coming. We haven't seen him around for weeks.
What about Cindy? Is she part of the group?
Cindy is... how to describe her role?
Something of an ideological auxiliary, perhaps.
Yes, that's exactly how I would put it. And naturally, we support her radical counter-liberal aesthetics.
But she refuses to submit an essay, so we can't call her a member of the
You
group
insist
mistake.
on an essay?
That doesn't stop her from using the room for studio space, of course.
Who are the iconoclasts?
For starters, they love talking about beans.
Beans?
That's right. Iconoclasts are obsessed with beans. They love thinking about beans. They love counting beans. But most of all, they love building models to predict how many beans there'll be in the future.
Nota bene, iconoclast is an extra pejorative form of the already pejorative name, Mazovian economists, a moderate school of Mazovianism which advocates the gradual transition to communism through carefully managed economic modernization rather than violent social revolution.
They're by far the most bean-centric school of communism.
Ah, yes. The much maligned bean counters, ensconced in their think tanks and high-rises, believing they can save the world through a series of incremental, assiduously technocratic reforms.
So what would be the right analogy for this? I guess they're the... I mean, these are supposed to be like... The Mazovians are supposed to be, I think, like, the Marxists, right? Wait, no, not... No, Karamazov, that's who we're... Which faction are we here with again? Okay, so this is Mazovian theory. That's what we were doing. Yeah, Mazovian. So... Oh, so it's Mazovian school, but it's economists, people who think that it'll happen through economic... Oh, okay, I gotcha. So yeah. What means a metaphor?
If only. They've got all the beans accounted for in their asset sheets, their quarterly budgets, their future projections. But for some reason, there are never enough beans to go around. So we've just got to cut our bean rations in half.
And next thing you know, there are budget cuts, so now we've got to cut the bean rations in half again. You see, iconoclasts claim to be communists, but in reality they're just liberals with hard-ons for spreadsheets.
And the Gottwaldians, what's so bad about them?
They're the most depressing school of communism. They love writing long books with a patina of Mazovian theory to cover up their cheap psychologizing.
A gang of cheap psychologists and intellectual midgets. Typical Gottwalders, in other words.
It's okay for Uli to say that, because his dad is from Gottwald.
Jesus. What's so depressing with their theories?
The Gottwald school believe that intellectuals as a class are incapable of sparking revolutionary change. So all they can do is critique capitalism from inside itself.
In other words, they have lost faith in their own relevance.
Nihilist communism.
That's why they spend all their time smoking cigarettes and writing long works of criticism that make you want to commit suicide.
Sounds miserable.
It is miserable. That's probably why they're always committing suicide.
Jesus.
You see, the Gottwald school look like communists. They talk like communists. But scratch the patina and you'll see beneath that they're just depressed liberals who've read too many books.
What about the liberals? Are they liberals too?
Of course
No,
not.
They're fascists.
The only people who actually call themselves liberals are mouth-foaming reactionaries.
Basically indistinguishable from fascists. You'd need an X-ray machine to tell the difference.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about something else. Did this reading group have anything to do with the lynching?
Lynching? No. We're not an operational cell.
We think of ourselves as more of an intellectual vanguard.
What's your group's stance on the lynching?
Stance? What? Do you want to know if the SRV has established a party line on the lynchings in Martinez?
The SRV refers to the People's Republic of Samara, established as a socialist utopia.
We all forget
by
things
survivors
sometimes, Fossil.
of the
It's okay.
revolution. It has since degenerated into a bureaucratic workers' state under the decades-long rule of President Sapormat Sport Kanazinski.
Though historically speaking, the SRV has supported direct action against right-wing paramilitary squads, especially when they are doing the Indo-tribes' dirty work.
Good point. So as a provisional matter, I can say we support it.
Are they being sarcastic? You feel like you're caught in some elaborate joke labyrinth.
No, I think they're being
It's
sincere.
impossible to see your way through. It's always that way. Beneath the crust of irony, there's a molten sincerity that threatens to erupt forth.
Is your
You
reading
may witness it yet.
Is your reading group affiliated with the union somehow?
No, we're an independent organization. We acknowledge and respect the union's efforts, but our interests are more theoretical than Mr. Clare's.
He speaks the truth.
What's your stance on crime in general?
That's easy. Crime is simply the inevitable expression of the injustice and incoherence embedded within capitalism itself.
Delivered with the smug assurance of a schoolboy reciting a maxim he's committed to memory.
It's a symptom, in other words, not a cause.
His companion can barely suppress a yawn.
Are there any operational communists in Martinez?
No, unfortunately. The communards were hunted down and killed nearly to a man. All that's left of them are bones and old rifles. It's a
too bad.
world historical nightmare, one from which we've yet to awaken.
When will you wake up? And what will you see when you do? A moment of silence. They're waiting for you to speak.
What are you doing with the matchboxes?
The young man frowns at the little pile of boxes on the floor.
Nothing, just messing around until the meeting started.
Is the reading group accepting new
We
members?
typically only accept new members once per semester. There's this whole process with essays and presentations on assigned topics. But given that we have some extra seating at the moment, I guess we could be convinced to expedite an application or two.
Stefan, you can't be serious. For gendarme?
I am serious. As materialists, we've got to adapt to conditions as they are. Besides, he'll still need to pass the interview portion of the entrance process. Assuming he's even still interested, that is.
Subliminal. Jesus. I don't even know what that means. I mean, it's a white check. We might as well try it, right?
Is it getting warm in here? There seems to be a little pool of sweat forming in the
Film
depression
check.
of
We
your
got
lower
close.
back.
That is how you interview for a communist group. Yes, exactly, Fossil. Correct. I'm not nervous. I'm a superstar.
Oh, totally. A superstar breaking out in a cold sweat.
I'm getting so worked
Let's
up.
be frank. They're probably way smarter than you. You bet they've read more books than you can even name.
I mean, yeah, but also...
Of course, it wouldn't kill you to crack open a book every once in a while.
Ah.
The hardest part will just be working up the nerve to ask without soiling yourself.
Everything all right, gendarme? You look a little green about the gills. Sure, we're here most every night. Maybe we'll catch you again.
Sleep well, gendarme.
Run of the pot, Nile of black sludge rises from a shadowy sea. Under the cobblestones, communism. No war but class war. Rickety easel surrounded by pots of gouache. Cindy's, no doubt. Maybe the phasmid? No, probably not. Are we able to reawaken that thought? Trying to think about the cracks spidering out across the floor. What is this? I'm stealing this. Completely right, Stefan.
The gendarme returns.
Guessing this belonged to Cindy?
Yeah, it's hers. She just sort of moved it all in a few months ago.
She said if she's going to make truly radical art, she needs a suitably radical workspace.
And I don't think she could afford rent at an actual studio.
Do you like her art?
Oh, sure. It's definitely interesting, I would say. I guess you could call her latest stuff a sort of counter-bourgeoisie calligraphy. She's got a real taste for radical slogans.
It's too bad she hasn't developed the theoretical foundation to do truly radical work.
Yeah, like you guys are doing?
I think she'll get there, though. She's still looking for a subject equal to her ambitions.
I'm wondering, what's the deal with this place?
The deal? At a fundamental level, I guess you could call it the shattered bones of a dream crushed by capital.
A feeble and hopelessly mixed metaphor.
That's really good, Steban. You should save that for an essay.
Thanks, Uli. When the idea is sound, the words just sort of flow.
Yes, now keep developing the idea.
If this place is the shattered bones, that must make us the bone weevils.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I don't know what a weevil
Not
is.
as good as Steban's original idea.
Okay, fine, we'll move on. Idea's apparently not good enough, so fuck you too. Leave. Go bother Cindy.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Okay, you've got nothing else to say. We're on the phones, so phones worked out pretty well for us so far. We're still missing some of the stuff from the set, but we're getting closer. And we are making actual progress. We've gotten a lot further along today than I thought we would.
Just an ordinary war.
Okay, journal. Finished things. Active. Oh, okay, we're gonna check out the freezer, the ice cream maker thing. And then I think we'll head to bed if we can't open it. 'Cause I don't think we can. Only we got the skill upgrades to do it, but it is also almost midnight, so it'd probably be better to just check and get it done if we can. Also, I'm sure there's gonna be some sort of a disadvantage down the road for, like, not sleeping in the nicer place, but I don't care anymore.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner.
Yeah, we need to put a point into physical instruments, and we're still a little ways away from that. So let's just sleep for the night. We'll level up probably tomorrow, and then we'll be able to make a plan from there.
It's
so
getting
bad for
cold.
pigs. She seems like she's just stuck in a bad situation.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see your reflection in it.
Electrochemistry and encyclopedia. Alright, let's take our sleep.
The bed is comforting. The bed underneath you is soft, if lumpy. Waves wash the sand underneath the hut, then grow distant to your ear. In the quiet hum of the organic heater, you fall asleep.
You guys think Harry's a honk shoe sleeper or a me sleeper?
Sleep pulls you out of the world and into its dark shore. The rough mesh chafes, tightening around you. It digs into your brain.
Okay. Dark shore my ass. I know what this is.
How have things been going for you out there? Helped anyone lately? Saved anyone lately? Murdered anyone lately?
I think he suffers from... I don't know if he suffers from main character syndrome. He might suffer from having a, what's it called? An ensemble cast going on for him.
This bastard isn't even listening to you.
Because you know you are a murderer. A disco music listening psycho killer who
Psycho killer?
poor people.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
And then forgets about it.
Doesn't scare me.
Hear that? You are naive to think he's afraid of his bloodied hands. Soul brother. Oh no.
Alright,
I
Fossil's a
see
murderer.
inside his amygdala
Or
and
disco
his
music psycho
hippocampus.
listening. Or
The
psycho or
thing
disco
is
music
really
listening psycho
sad,
killer who
oh.
offs poor people.
It's much, much worse than that.
Why are you doing this?
We're trying to help you. All these processes, these tortures, voices and tremors are all just distractions, flares and countermeasures to keep you from the last dream. The worst of them all.
The last dream?
The last dream will be total annihilation. Cinders peeling off the
Oh my God.
fuselage. We won't be there to help you anymore, Harry. We will be dormant. You will be naked and alone.
Naked and alone? What about afraid? And the air will smell of apricots.
Of hell. An ancient sadness, brother. 10,000 years later, in front of the video rental, there is a warm breath on your face again. Everything is okay again.
The video rental? We talked about that earlier, didn't we?
Everything is so okay.
Doesn't sound like it'll be okay.
Your eyelids flutter open for a moment. When you close them again, you sense the light of the room around you. You're back. In 2 seconds, the alarm will ring.
The last thought in your head before waking is, maybe you shouldn't have seen that stained glass window in the church.
I bet that our ex-wife, I think we've established that it's his ex-wife by now, looks very similar to that person, if not is that person. But that would have been a long time ago, so that wouldn't really line up if that actually was the person, right? We'll probably only play like an hour and a half or so for this. We'll probably get a little bit of the way through the day. Let's talk to Kim. He's surely got a bunch going on. Good morning.
Yes?
I have big news, Kim. Wait, hold on. I want to save before I do this. Again, I guess. I want to make sure that I don't accidentally fuck this up.
Yes?
I have big news, Kim. Tell Kim how you're no longer obsessed over your sexuality.
Okay.
I have managed to stop obsessing about my sexuality.
Imagine all the time you'll have for work now. Matter of fact, we should get back to it right now.
Just one thing, though.
What?
Are you part of the homosexual underground?
You didn't stop at all, did you? You are just obsessing about other people's sexuality now.
Yeah, but...
But am I? I'll spare you another 20-hour mind project. Yes, I am. Now let's get back to work. Yes?
I want to talk about you.
What about me? No.
My secret. Aw.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. The eyebrow, it's like you're locked down.
What's happening?
Something the matter?
This guy's nothing. You better. If the lieutenant were an evil man, fortunately, he is a committed officer of the RCM. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
Okay, I don't really know why the music suddenly, like, went way up in volume there. Jesus Christ. But alright. Let's go back to Martinez. And use his car to ask about details.
You see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
Oh, yeah.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Owner?
Still no word, I'm afraid, sir. I know it must be frustrating. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Wait. It's been well over a day. I don't know what's going on with that anymore. Damn it, Sylvia.
Sylvia? Yes. Oh,
Please,
great. What?
Was it you who called?
Not me.
Do you know who
No,
made the call?
sorry. People don't have the money to have the cables put in.
Okay, we've already done this.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just...
Yeah, go on.
You hear
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57.
in the cabin.
Let me level up. Also, let me talk to what's his face, the man.
Oh, look. It's the cop who turned me into a bad person.
Okay, fine. Christ, I guess we won't talk to you then, asshole. Plead.
Hi again, gendarme.
Hmm.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
I guess we can't talk about much more with him. Alright, however, now with Kim, we should be able to handle this. Right?
The door is...
Who is it?
This is the police. Can we come in?
Come on up. The door is open. I'm drying my hair.
Oh. That was honestly remarkably easy. Piles of dirty clothes, a woman's. Hotel bill calculations looks like she's had an extended stay. Sad all over, it reminds you of your own. She made around 4 months of payments for this room. The yard below, the corpse is no longer there.
This medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills, haphazardly stacked, one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in there. It's been used. This toothbrush belongs to someone who doesn't give a damn about her teeth.
A well-used toothbrush is, or I guess maybe that means like aggressively used. Like she's not being careful with it, I guess. Like it's a smushed up toothbrush.
Pharmaceuticals line the shelves. Sheet upon sheet of pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners.
Quite the collection.
Anything of note?
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoperidol, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its label reads, Nacra. Nacra? This is used to treat opioid overdoses. Always handy to have around.
Opioid antagonist.
Interesting. That's used for diamorphine overdoses.
Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gotwaldian, marked red blister packs you find. What do...
We have stuff that can improve our electrochemistry, right? I'm trying to sort it in a way that I can at least keep track of where I was. Anything else that has electrochemistry? Probably not much. Oh wait. I'm a little bit concerned about how much you can really help yourself. Oh wait. Oh, both of these provide +1 to electrochemistry. Interesting. Alright. I think we already looked at these ones. Oh yeah. A little bit concerned about how many of these actually help with that. Okay. Kim, got any thoughts about this outfit?
Yes.
Nope. All right.
This medicine cabinet is stocked with drugs. A bright orange bottle with peptide stamped on it. In sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat just holding that little plastic container.
How's it say a brand called Peptide?
Peptide. A euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine. Prescription speed.
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get
Told Kim about it
fucking preppy.
What's so exciting about
It's
it?
speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call it...
No, we're not doing that. We're a good cop for now. However long that lasts for. Alright, I think we've gotten everything we were gonna look, or everything we might get out of there. Now... let's finally head upstairs to the woman. Oh. Someone watching behind a glass door. A woman. Bed has been hastily made. I guess it would be a different environment, wouldn't it? Called coffee in an ashtray.
Welcome to the roof. I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will.
She's also one of the spies. Isn't she? Like one of the mercenaries. Wasn't that what we were... the radio tower. She has an upper view. She faked the whole... no, she wouldn't do that. Nice view.
It's much nicer now.
Where the dead body used to hang. Clearly visible.
I wonder what would have happened if we hadn't gotten that off of there by now.
Thank you for that, officers. Truly.
There is something in her light brown eyes. A sadness. When she thinks about the death of that man.
You mentioned a cleaning lady. I think I need one.
Oh yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there.
Disco Infernum.
They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit. Because of the Infernum.
Aww.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I see you've already met my colleague.
This does not come as good news to him.
Have I ever? Have you grown accustomed to your role as a police officer?
Once a cop, always a cop.
Like riding a copacycle.
There is the tiniest bit of flattery in there. The way her eyes move from your shoulder to shoulder.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
Huh. I see.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you have been through something difficult.
What is your name, miss, for the record?
Clausier Amandou.
Same name that Titus gave you. It sounds Oranese, as does her accent.
You from Oranese?
Right, sir. Vrai de fort. Republic of Oranje. I guess you could say I am an Oranese expatriate.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
What do you do? What's your specialization?
Something stupid.
What's that?
Oranese lit.
Oranese lit?
Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university.
What's Oranese literature about?
Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are... Only the name of the nation changes.
If that's true, then Revacholian lit would fit you like a glove.
Oranese lit. What do you do with it?
Nothing. I do nothing with it.
Cool.
It's not very cool, but what can you do?
Thank you.
The record. So official.
Nice room you've got
Yeah.
there.
It's pretty deluxe.
No one likes to talk about their dirty laundry and their empty bottles. Maybe if you phrase it emotionally.
What are you doing here in the whirling in
I'm
rags?
wintering.
How long have you been staying here?
About 4 months. I came in November.
The bills downstairs concur.
Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol?
In the whirling.
Because it's the funkiest building in Martinez. And because all the other buildings are bombed to hell. I'm winter.
Okay. How long?
About
The bills.
here in the Whirling.
Why
I heard
Martinez?
this is where the washed up disco has-beens go.
You're too young to call yourself a disco has-been.
I'm really not. I'm winter.
How long?
About
The bills.
here in the Whirling.
What about
I
Revachol?
always wanted to see the only city in the world in the worst time of the year. It's a tourist thing.
This is by far not the only reason she's here.
What are you doing
win-
here?
How long?
About
The bills.
here in the Whirling.
Insulindian
I
ice.
to see the new world. It's a tourist thing.
This is by far not the only reason she's here.
What happened to the old New World?
It turned out to be a Zarath-infested third world slum.
Called Ilmera. And it didn't. Even after the Mesk colonized it 7 ways from Sunday, it's an industrial powerhouse.
I'm
How long?
about
The bill.
here in the Whirling. Came to see
This is by
What happened to the
far
old world?
conference centers. A lot of them. I'm
How long?
about
the bills.
here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or I always
This is by
I'm
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to make sure that we're getting
about for-
the
everything.
bills.
Here
I
in
know
the
there's at
Whir-
least
I
one
heard
more.
This is where the washed up disco has-beens go.
Came to the right
She
place.
looks at you and nods.
I mean, I hate to say it, but you've got sad all over the place.
Yeah. I've contaminated it pretty bad.
Is that why you're out here?
The contamination spreads from room to room. First, I escaped upstairs. The sad got that too. Then I found the handle for the summer door.
Oh my.
What if you contaminate this too?
The world. It's hard to contaminate such a wide open space. Even for me.
Thank you for the hydration
At
check,
least I hope
tits.
so. If I do, where will any of us go?
What exactly is the nature of this contamination?
For me, it's a mix of me with a lack of cleaning services.
Oh my god, depression.
How about you? Talk around the establishment is, you have an industrial sad spill in there.
Somewhere below, military-grade SAD is dripping off the walls. You should say the first thing. It's honest. It will lead to introspection.
Something is bad in my head, in the past.
That's where it always comes from, isn't it? From the head and from the past.
It's a feeling, white and filled with doom. Gaseous, invisible, deadly. It's everywhere.
Sounds like an advanced form of what I've got. With a bit of old love sprinkled on top.
Probably, yeah.
Love is terror.
That was a lot louder than
Sheer
before.
terror, panic, and screaming.
I have other questions for you.
Okay.
They tell us you've been through something difficult.
Something difficult? I've been through at least half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean?
Were you sexually assaulted, miss?
By sexually assaulted, you mean raped?
Yes.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it?
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered.
It's not that early.
She looks around. The sun has risen over the sea. People
It is
are
8:06
rushing to work
a.m.
below.
It is. It's murderously early. I'm amazed I'm awake. Why am I even awake?
So worried. Hi, Paulo. You're
I'm gonna
catching
go not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him.
a bit of a depressing moment.
By him, she must mean the victim.
Welcome in.
It's
Hope you're having a
not
good
my
day.
style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
Jesus.
By they, she means the Hardy Boys.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Aw, you're such a sweetheart, Apollo.
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier.
What did happen between you and the victim?
We partied.
What kind of partying? Kind I do?
With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that.
This is more of it. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not trying to overstate the case too much, but yeah, we were told to come up here and investigate because she was assaulted by the guy who was lynched out in the backyard, and she's telling us that didn't happen, that was like part of the excuses that the guys who did it came up with to justify it or like to explain it off. So, harder than this? I know it's physically possible.
It is. You're still alive.
What did you do when you partied?
The 8 million
we drank,
drugs.
sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex.
You were lovers?
I guess you can say that, yes. A bit. Lovers is such an emotional word. But there was something there. We did enough drugs for there to be.
How did you two meet?
Downstairs. At the bar. He was on some sort of assignment. A military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
She appears aloof, but that scar part, the scary, is stressed and drawn out. What's that about? Apprehension? With longing. She misses him.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that.
I just asked you to spice things up for us?
Pretty much.
Warming them.
It must have been hard for you seeing him there.
Oh, yes. I've had a great view. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
We were taking, we took a pot shot at him. Kuno's been throwing rocks at him for a week while she's just been sitting there.
Bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant. He takes a small step closer.
You called us, the RCM.
Yes.
Jackpot.
Call reporting the hanging, that was you?
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
Before we go on, if it's snitching, why do it?
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. None of these people called. He just kept hanging there. Then they started stripping him.
Tearing off his armor. Demeaning him. Throwing rocks at him.
Caller's voice was disguised.
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little.
Nicked it how?
With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
Interesting.
So, she's God's mystery phone cutter.
And in the process, you broke the landline downstairs.
Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing.
Jigsaw falling into place. This is satisfying. Good catch. I appreciate the symmetry.
Why go through all the trouble?
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the Union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there.
What can you tell me about him? Name, eyes, age?
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't talk about his... I don't know. Hair?
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
She meant she sees him in her dreams. You pissed it all away. All of it. Elysium.
What did they hang him for, if not assault?
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it.
And his role in this strike was... what?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
How do the Hardy Boys know you?
They're frequent guests. Downstairs, they have a booth for Union members. They're probably down there now.
And how did you meet?
Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter.
Did you party?
A little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
I have.
Which one?
Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
Could that have been part of the reason they hanged him? Don't be tactful. She doesn't care.
Okay, fine.
Over.
Like
The game is gonna keep bullying me for not pushing her.
Could that have been part?
I hope not. Actually, I know that's not the reason. I'm careful about that kind of thing. Not crossing the wires, you know? But that's probably where they got the rape idea.
What do you mean?
Men like that? I don't know. It's the way their imaginations work. I suspect it's what they'd like to do to me.
Which one was the one the other voice gave me shit for?
Oh, yes.
A bit he takes.
You
Yes.
Jackpot.
I made it.
Reporting crimes is
because I couldn't.
Tearing off his.
I didn't exist with nails.
So.
Did I?
Jigsaw.
I don't know.
Thank you for me.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging. We partied. With all due respect. Oh.
What did you...
We drank.
What else?
Stimulants. I guess you can...
How did you...
Downstairs.
She with...
When was the...
A month ago? Something like that. I'm sorry,
I know it.
She meant she sees him in her dreams.
It was the same in her
Yeah?
dream.
Not like I do, I imagine.
How do you see him?
You don't want to know.
I see him as me.
She dips the cigarette in the lighter's flame and inhales.
I can see the similarity, yes.
Funny.
Funny how?
Nothing. I also saw him. We had a long inspection and that sort of thing sticks with you. Let's move on.
Yeah, Kim's like, yeah, I saw him bloated and dead. Are you sure you weren't assaulted?
I'm 89% sure.
So you're not entirely sure?
You know how it is.
You may know.
I may.
Sure you do, detective.
Wait.
In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here.
I'm hoping that she means like, or I'm hoping that he means like, I may know in terms of like, I know what it's like to be that blacked out, not. It's not like something happened and you don't want to acknowledge
Let
it.
me make this 100% clear then, officer. I was not sexually assaulted. Would I be as flippant if I had been?
I don't know, everyone's got their own coping mechanisms. Thank you for telling
She
us all this.
breathes a silvery sigh of relief.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
That's something else before we
She
go to the thing.
nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
Why not?
Volition. Anything with volition that we've got? Yeah, she's, I mean, oh, this might not be a good thing to wear in front of her. Or in front of Kim, for that matter. Let's pray she doesn't recognize it.
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain?
She looks back. Don't worry. We will see through deceits. Miss Oranje Disco Dancer. You want to put your hand on her back and feel it arch. It's nothing. You are not. Air moves in your windpipe. Yeah. She presses her elbows. The strange moment ends. It was brief. No.
Got her room.
Yeah.
No, it's not a straitjacket. It's a part of the outfit that you would wear with like a military uniform. It's an undershirt with it, I think. Or maybe it's, wait, no. Yeah, I guess it's the cuirass, isn't it? You would wear it underneath your clothes. Anyways, quite the collection of prescription drugs down there.
Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort into it.
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should still reprimand.
No.
No, don't listen to the stiff. Be cool.
How'd you manage to amass such a hoard?
With money, sir. It's not exactly the anti-star size caboodle I intend for it to be one day, but it's getting there.
The anti-star is, or was, a Vespertine rock and roll star who liked to do drugs. He did so many drugs, he eventually mutated into a corpse.
You seem to have, among other things, Preptide.
Oh, yes. One of my favorites. It cures many ailments.
Like what?
Like not being able to stay up for 36 hours, not being happy. It cures those ailments.
For those just joining
a
us at home,
molecule, basically.
It's like medicalized speed. The collection includes Nacra, an opioid antagonist.
Comes in handy when you've done too many opioids.
Is that something that happens to you often, miss?
Better safe than sorry. Very funky. All right. No, how about we...
It was close to mine.
You're just one room away. Very personal.
Good. Yes. This means she could have heard something. Like what you were doing before you blacked out.
Or even Sunday night. I need to know what I did before I lost my memory.
You do not need to know that. What you need is to ask normal police questions. Like...
Get a grip, he thinks. At least do your personal stuff when I'm not here.
Alright, we've got everything we needed to get out of that. Although we could level up whatever it is that it takes to get this done. What's Kim got to say?
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain? Officer.
There we go.
What brings you up here in the rain?
Look. Do you think that energy drinks are opioids, Apollo? That I might need an anti-opioid or an antagonist? Also, for your information, I already have a prescription for ADHD medication. I think I could add more on top of that without dying. All right, look her in the eyes.
Soft, light brown eyes look back at you, directly into the space behind your eye sockets. You see the smoke rise from between her painted red lips. She's beautiful. I have bad news for you.
What?
You know these guys? Who? Me? Yes, you. He's talking about you, you boring
Why are my thoughts having arguments with each other?
You too. Me? What did I do? I'm merely a master thespian. These guys are compromised. She's got them singing along to her tune. The little bleeps and bloops you trust for info. You can't trust them anymore.
I knew something was
I'm sorry
off.
I didn't catch it sooner. It takes conscious effort on your part.
Which ones exactly are affected?
There's no way of knowing. At the moment, I'm afraid it's best to assume all of them.
How'd this happen?
How it always does, through subtlety. There's nothing you can do about it. You are how you are, and she is how she is. Things will go as they do.
Can't you turn them normal again?
No.
What use is this then?
It's better to know you're being played than to be played without knowing it, is it not?
Does this mean she's been lying to me?
I think it's safe to assume, yes. Mr. Thespian here hasn't been speaking up.
Caffeine's
if
a
he
drug.
were, I suspect they would be
Also, not all
to
drugs are the
truth
same
this.
thing. I think that's important
Like
to
this.
establish. An anti-opioid will not help you with a stimulant.
She is a lady, most fair and just. In his defense, to reduce him to such inadequacy, she probably had to employ half-truths more often than outright lies. That is correct. And omissions too.
Yes, I know. I'm going to be caffeinating less. Chill. Can I trust that guy?
A little. They're all still of limited use, interpreting things.
I think we're missing the exciting bit of this, which is where our voices in our head are arguing with each other about who's reliable.
I don't add flair. But when it comes to assessments of character and factual accuracy, they are not to be trusted. Not with her.
Can I trust any of them ever again?
Don't be melodramatic. You can trust them. Just not with her.
What is her plan?
You can't draw a sound conclusion. The one who usually does says, she may want to control the information rollout, not to become a suspect. She may have a past.
Volition is
she's
taking
escaped,
control of the whole thing.
unrelated to this case. You doubt it's something truly insidious.
It's the highest level one that we have, too, right now, I guess. I didn't really think about that. Although it's getting a bunch of it from some items, but interesting. It's like the Volition has taken itself. I mean, I guess that's also what it's supposed to do, but I wonder if it's because it's the highest level thing that it has this much control over the others.
See? It's oddly moderate. Probably compromised. You are not afraid. This is a mere girl. She was someone's child but a decade ago.
I've been talking to myself long enough. Let's get back to it.
Don't worry. It's only been 4 or 5 seconds. You've got this.
Yeah, so you manipulating
the
me?
silence broken. She exhales a little cloud of smoke and says,
God, no. Sure.
What is RNA?
Bad memory, officer.
The Republic of Oranje is a democratic nation on the Muindi Isola, north of here, over the sea and across the Pale. It is one of the 6 major Occidental nations to hold stake in the continued occupation of Revachol, the coalition. People consider it a reasonable superpower.
Reasonable?
They will make you into a fiscal colony, divert your natural resources, hold patents and shares, but they won't threaten to wipe you out anytime, like Revachol did in its prime.
A bad memory of what?
Of lilacs and lightning. Parks, glass, duraluminum. Fredefort is a conference city. It's always autumn there. A night. At least it was for me.
What's so bad about that?
Nothing. If you're no longer there.
The conference centers are filled with people who get angry at you if you do something wrong.
Did you do something wrong?
Sooner or later, everyone does.
Can we take a look at your passport?
I'm afraid you can't, officer.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets.
Thank you for your candor. Why?
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river.
How do I know you've told us your real name?
If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Clausia Mondu. It's a weird name.
Pretty sure I have the legal right to demand your passport.
Look, officers, I like this place, but I don't want to be stuck wandering the city like a ghost after being robbed of my travel documents. I don't want to become an indentured servant in a brothel on Boogie Street, and I don't want my relatives to pay the ransom.
There are plenty of other reasons for hiding your documents from the law.
We can't trust them. That's not why you hid it, though.
It's also why I hid it.
Why, yes.
I'm an unpopular girl. There are people back home who don't like me. If they show up, I'm in a hurry. The kind of hurry where you can't afford to not find your documents. But don't worry. This has nothing to do with your investigation.
What kind of people are these? The ones who don't like
I
you?
would love to change the subject. It's not important. Unless I'm some kind of suspect.
You might be.
No, I'm not.
She doesn't seem to be overly distressed.
My colleague has an exploratory sense of humor. Don't hold it against him.
He's thinking, I like this kind of prodding, whatever the situation. It may lead somewhere yet.
I would love to change the subject.
You just come to talk.
Playfully. She doesn't seem to be overly distressed.
I would love to Hugh.
Playfully. She doesn't seem to be overly distressed.
Okie.
If any of this made her nervous, it's certain.
The record. So.
Alright, Kim, let's talk through what just
Looks
happened
like
there.
we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy Boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window.
You think this will make them cooperate?
Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan.
She might get killed. Why did you tell
What
us all
else
that?
could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it.
I'm not sure she had to lie. I wouldn't have known.
If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her.
Something's off
You
here.
think so? She seemed forthcoming. Unusually so. Being forthcoming about some things is a good way to obscure other things. The best liars are always forthcoming. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our investigation will bring us back here soon enough.
I still think that she's the one who's running the radio for the mercenary. Wait. Okay, that might explain why she'd been here. She was the radio operator. He was down there. They were having an affair because they're part of the same unit together. They're both from Irani. I'm fucking bad at saying it. Or they were sleeping together, they were partying, whatever. They were part of her security detachment. Or maybe she was here earlier and then got called. I don't know. But then when they murdered him, they wanted an excuse for why it was acceptable to do so. And they told her that, not knowing that she was part of his operation. And she was willing to try and stand her cover. But she did genuinely like him. And she's sad that he's dead now. And she wanted the body down.
Small, heavy door. No lock in sight. It's
Push.
barred from the inside. You hear the bar rattle in the brackets.
I don't know, Lieutenant Freighter. It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your mysterious blue kitchen door.
Do you think it's important?
I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case. The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant.
See, the main investigation and the door below are merging into a stereo
I
investigation.
hate it when that happens.
3% is pretty shit, but I think we can put on some physical equipment. Or physical instrument stuff. I know we have something for this. God, this is like the most tedious process. I think that was only the one, wasn't it? Any of these decreasing it?
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
That didn't work. That's not how you kick in a door.
Gung-ho style. Entering the premises style. But the door fails to respect the force. All you hear is the bar rattling inside, laughing at you.
All right. Let's trash the place.
Let's not.
Your foot is ready to explode and punish this object.
Expecting the force? Taking even more damage.
The door receives a thorough disciplining at the cost of your foot. Your foot hurts.
Fine.
Bent metal. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter.
Gaze upon me, stuff and despair.
Kudos.
Anti-object task force. Love that for us. I'll have to have some new thoughts sometime soon. me just close the door actually behind her. I wonder if that was why she reacted so strangely to us the other day too. Because we were the police officers who were sent here to take care of her stuff. Oh, we can't interact with that door, I see. That's Kim's door. Fine, I'll stop trying to break into your room. Alright, let's head down. Actually,
I've got nothing to say to you.
so aggressive.
Aggressive?
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers. We've talked to Evrard Claire. We know who these men are. The Union's militant wing.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
I like that. Good start. I'll take it a step further. Armed uprising. What are the Union's plans?
Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez.
Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary.
I wonder why.
What you want is of...
It's you again. What is it? Again? Serious? Yeah, whatever.
She says she wasn't assaulted.
Fuck. I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
You've hit a nerve. Titus is furious. No, more than that. The loyal Titus feels betrayed.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy
You guys should
bitch.
maybe get your stories straight
You know
about
the
this, because
type.
you seem like you're kind of...
She's fucked up.
This is a diversion. Stay on track.
Cut the bullshit. She told me the truth.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her. And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Titus Hardy!
Success. Titus backs off. Fists down, everybody.
Everard personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S.
Titus.
It gives her voice a strangely hypnotic
Titus Hardy.
Frankly, it's a bit terrifying. Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Here, jerkwad. Listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters. A mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to.
Why should I care about the tape? You lied to me.
You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for, then?
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They are fucking keeping a score on their bulletin boards.
I won't be on your bulletin board.
There's a lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just...
Don't forget your tape, lawman. compliments of Titus Hardy. You do
Fine.
that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
I wonder if maybe the guy did assault someone. He assaulted the other Hardy, the woman driver. Yeah, the 8th Hardy. Because we don't know much about her. We know she was there. That woman upstairs, she wouldn't have collaborated with this in the murder by, like, she wouldn't have been there on the night. She wouldn't have cared. She wouldn't have wanted to kill him. At least it sounds like she didn't. So what I'm wondering, the guy did assault that woman, the 8th Hardy, so they killed him for it. And they didn't want to reveal the 8th Hardy for whatever reason. So instead they went to that woman and said, can you pretend you were this woman? Basically. So the whole recording via the encryption.
The portal is just what you needed. You push commands.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalsund crane.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice room. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arete on your portal. The tape stops spinning.
Was that the end? Silence?
End of recording.
What do you think?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
He did say he was going to do it. You can't edit the words in his mouth.
But
we don't know what he sounds like. We don't know that's his voice.
There's more going on here.
Who's Cordy?
He could be short for Kortenar, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. Probably the mountain at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work.
What's Kohoi?
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
The South Safre conflict is an ongoing proxy war between Grad and Safre. It has been hot for 12 years, with the atrocities piling on, mostly committed by the Grad.
You think he was there?
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service.
A symbol of soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment.
What now?
I think we've got a few more questions for Klaasje, don't you?
Klaasje.
This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
Let's just save quick. If we tell her, she might flee. The fact that this is a separate room of its own makes me think there's going to be something that happens in there. Alright, let's talk.
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain?
Titus Hardy gave us a recording where he says the deceased states intention to commit assault.
She puts her coffee cup down. This does not surprise her.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused.
On this tape, he specifically identifies you as the target.
Where did they get this recording
And he's
exactly?
Katerina Petrovna Zamolodchikova. Yes, this is her. Honestly, this does kind of look like something she would wear.
It's
Love that for her.
intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Those are the exact words he used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Yes, the word whore was used.
He liked the way it sounded when he said it. As to Kohoi, he wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Or why say things like that, Machismo?
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for?
She's quite observant about the human character. Trained to observe, even.
Did you learn this from studying RNA's lit? Sounds psychological.
People who go to university know how to use words like internalize and integrate, officer. Now, what was that expression?
There's more to this. You can trust Pillar Bookhead, by the way. As far as I can tell, he's not singing to her tune. The only one besides me.
Coping mechanism?
Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier.
Lely.
He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezud all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
When he said he was done, and done mentally, it didn't sound like a joke. Sounded like a deeply troubled man.
You said he was mentally done. It sounds like a broken man to me.
Well, maybe I pieced him back together with my magical personality.
Aren't you afraid?
Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Your mother probably never told you this, but girls are evil. Had I the physical robustness and social support, I'd be in Kohoi. I would be tearing it up.
No, she said.
Apocalypse style.
She said he's just like me for real, is what she said.
She wouldn't. She doesn't have the full Hoy in her.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward.
Also, Disco.
He seemed happy.
She seems to like Disco. I don't know if she's necessarily a serial killer.
As much as a man like him could be.
There is a small measure of pride in her that she could quell the rage in such a being.
Hi, Certified Thembo. I'm glad you like the model. Happy you're a fan of it. Or do you mean their models? Miss Oranje Dance or Disco Dancer. Quality core. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm glad you like it.
Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready.
What? No, Kim, we were just about to talk.
What Titus Hardy has to say.
I want to make this game. Look, Fossil, we've been over this. There are people in my community who can tell you whether or not there is or is not a furry-related mod for any given game, but I am unfortunately not that person.
She takes.
I feel like this game probably doesn't have a furry mod though.
Her coffee.
It seems like it's maybe a little bit too outside of the box for what furries send to mod. Excuse me. He's also
like,
the victim.
For example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink, the last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
Where's Lelystad?
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near
Oh my
the
god,
border
it's just
of
like where
Gotland.
I'm from.
Executive summary: cows, silos, and wheat.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Both from Oranje?
Yes. We were
Oranje?
compatriots.
I don't know. I'm still bad at saying it.
Did that bring you together?
Oranje?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrijk.
Oranjen.
I didn't even understand his
Oranje.
accent. What brought us together was in Oranje.
Okay,
It was bad
Oranje.
habits.
Oranje.
No love for Mother Oranje, but wasn't he a soldier? This could be worth pursuing.
A military man, but not a patriot?
No. He left the National Service after they taught him to do what he did on Seminine. He wasn't the flag-waving kind. He was the making money, killing people kind. He was by no means a stupid man. A people person. A small platoon leader. Certainly not a patriot.
You don't seem like much of a patriot yourself.
Mm-hmm. There is nothing on Muindi. The old world is dead, and we both knew it. Maybe Oranje did bring us together. In loathing. I love Revachol, though. I hope she loves me, too.
How old was he, miss?
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no. We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
Looks like you were right, officer.
Points are good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die.
I didn't know this was a competition, Kim.
It isn't. Police work is a cooperative sport.
His eye color?
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
He had a tattoo. What did it mean?
Oh, that.
It's clear she liked it.
You liked it?
Quite a lot, yes.
It was an Orange's, I can't, map of the waterways?
Sure, waterways. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
Showing off to chicks? How so?
How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course.
Orange and mayonnaise.
Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason.
Is this Oranese lit?
He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands.
I like her voice actress.
And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths." And so it goes. Star after star. Port after port. Third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
You were the woman in this?
Oh, yeah.
You tell us precisely what these mean.
No, thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Oranje needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Semenine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
Not a very fun story.
It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. A change of topic?
Tell me something odd. Did he enjoy his death?
Why do you ask?
Just have her answer the question. Don't give explanations.
It's just a feeling I have. Indulge me.
Well, it's wrong. He had too many drinks to down and too many bad things to do. Couldn't tap out just yet.
Everything checks out here.
Nope.
It's all A-OK. No, it doesn't check out.
Thank you,
Can't you
Volition.
see she's clearly avoiding something here? That's a strange thing to suggest. The lady is as fair and just.
Could it be love that did him in?
It very well could be, yes.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean?
He told me. Love did him
That's
in.
not funny, officer.
Her voice is like a slash through the air. Her shoulders tense up. There. She momentarily lost control over straight back guy. It appears that she feels guilty.
Do you feel guilty?
Of course I do. I'm hungover. I feel guilty about everything.
Do you feel guilty about what happened to him?
Among many other things, yes. I could have done something. There's always something he can do, right? Ask me something else.
What is this? An interrogation? You didn't tell her this was going to be an interrogation.
Why?
Just have her answer the question.
I don't think he enjoyed dying of it.
Everything checks out here. No, that's a strange thing to suggest. The lady is as fair. The lieutenant
Something
blinks.
miraculous is coming.
His
He told me.
expression does not change. All right, let's see where this is going.
From way out in the northwest. He told me.
Cool.
I think we're finished this line of questioning.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Sure.
Ask about you. Wait.
Sure. The record. Yeah?
Where's that door lead to?
You tell me, officer. I've been trying to open it, in case the contamination gets to the roof and I have to move on. No luck.
The drug collection.
I always heard you RCM guys were cool. You are.
I have other questions.
Alright.
More about
Not my
the
favorite
assault.
topic, but okay. Pretty
It's a spice thing then.
How about we...
What if I play that tape here?
The porter reel is just push.
The harbor.
The lieutenant presses the button marked.
I think we've got...
Oh, okay. I was hoping that it might... If it played near her, she might say, oh, that wasn't his voice. But I guess she is pretty okay with the fact that that is him, clearly. What's the new one here? Sleeping dock worker.
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42?
That's what she said, yes.
Below the damage. The weeks of decomposition.
Where is this going?
How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder?
45,000. I don't even know how you would manage
Either
that.
one of them.
Miss, how old do you think I am?
How old do I think you are?
She's buying time to formulate the best answer. Look who's finally awake.
I don't know. 1, 2. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. How old is a newborn cop who doesn't remember he's a cop?
Yeah, I'm 45.
You're not.
Sure he is. You know, age is just a number.
Yes, but for him that number is higher than 45.
Wait. This requires scientific measurements.
I had quantum visual calculus.
To the laboratorium.
Your face looks like it's 58 and your body feels like it's 60. Your mind feels like it's lived 1 day or 100. Both longer than they ought to be, the day and the century. For how long then is this thing attached to your sentience walk the planet's crust? Time to start racking those brains ears, Elder One. When and where were you born? Alright, let's head out. I think bad things are about to happen to Miss Oranje. Are we opening the door? There we go. And now we'll close the door behind us, because we're polite like that. Alright, downstairs we go. Alright, got it. Let's talk about that extra door upstairs.
Hey, was there another thing? Great. I love those.
Glacia, in room 3. She nicked the phone
Why?
line.
No, fuck it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know why these degenerates do what they do. I thought we had one good guest in the building.
Kim's right there.
He really doesn't like it being Glacia.
You have Lena. Lena's a good customer.
Yeah, well, she's not a guest, is she?
What? Did someone mention my name?
We were just paying you a compliment. And finding out a degenerate from room 3 nicked the phone line. Everything is okay here. Good thing that guest pays for her stuff on time. I'll forward her the bill and be done with it. Oh yes, that door, sure. There's nothing... No, or some boring...
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing. He looks at the dust on...
Yes?
Okay. Nothing else to be said for him. VoD is not paying her enough for this. We don't have another level up, do we? Oh, we do. Okay, can we finally get this thing out of here? We're starting to get close to the end of this part of the stream.
This orange machine.
Yeah, okay. Physical instrument. We don't have very much that does physical instrument, right? We were figuring this out before. Oh yeah, it's just the tank top and pants. Yeah, that's why.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting. This orange machine is dead still. If ice
Fuck off!
And it's already unplugged. There's no...
How many days does this thing have to be fucking unplugged for?
Only the red cable and electric sizzle.
Okay, unplugging both of those. I don't know if there's anything else really to do in here. I want to ask if Joyce knows the name of the woman radio operator. Because I'm certain that that is her. I mean, I guess it could be the dice maker. That business has been here for a while, right? It wouldn't make sense.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Of course. Anything to help. Until the executions start.
They don't rip.
Not on this.
5 days.
It's a matter of days, not weeks. Or he didn't. This is information that the man...
This does not come as news to us, but still.
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
I know the woman you're talking about. We have it under control.
Good. Then you've made progress. It's imperative that you move fast. The tribunal will not be patient.
Are there remaining
They've
2
gone
minutes?
to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
Vigilantes. You're a You should show those meatheads exactly how savage you really are.
Where does theirs come from?
Somehow, I doubt that lecturing them on the legit...
Did you miss the part about...
That is a bad idea. That's wise. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If more lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Split core and conceptualization.
Glad to have been of assistance.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
Must be mistaken, I'm a real radical.
Of course. A radical, it's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
No, I'm too fiery for this watercolor ideology. I'm trying to develop more extreme and interesting opinions.
That's a pity. Real democracy was just around the corner for Revachol. All the leading citizens are waiting there, without you.
What happens if we equip my gun?
Holding the gun feels natural and satisfying.
My hand
it reminds you of the day you first held it, with fear and respect, hoping you don't have to use it in vain. The sun was out in Jamrock. It was so long ago. The gun, your gun, can be an item of destruction, but also creation. The Villiers-LaSalle art project. Time to shoot some beauty through the heart of Martinez.
Is that really telling me to shoot this? You don't have any bullets.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Oh, that's right. We can try that other door now. Let's, Sunrise Parabellum. Alright. Let's... zoom our way back. What's your deal again? It's all about money now, yeah, sure. And you?
Yes? What is it?
Did you hear that? Did you like me sing?
That was pretty good, Harry. Wasn't it, Jean?
Huh, that was. Yeah, that was absolute shit, if you want my opinion. Drunken shit. Haven't wanted anything to end this badly since I had cluster headaches.
Well, that's a my opinion.
Horrible. Truly horrible. I beg of you, don't ever subject anyone to this torture again. I mean, seriously, you need to...
Jean, it's not right. Don't make it worse, and I really liked it.
Hey, Jean, let's talk.
Again?
Sure.
I can't believe this shit.
Who's this guy?
It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman beside him.
Alright, see you around. Let's see if we can't kick down the door. God, going through this without any drugs or alcohol has actually just made this harder, and we're bad at everything. Also, this is all of our physical instrument stuff anyway, so we might as well just keep it on. Let's see if we can kick down the door.
The same small, heavy door. No lock.
Anti-object task force initiative. Or initiate. Fuck. Time to break our toe on the door.
You give it.
Demolish the place.
I don't see how this is going to give new results.
Below, in the union box. Was there something behind the window?
What?
No one knows. It could be that your eyesight is still too poor to...
But we looked behind the window, and apparently it was the wrong time to do it. Like, we succeeded on like a 3% chance, and then the game was like, oh, yeah, no, you did it, but also, it doesn't matter. Get fucked. Alright, let me through the door. Also, could we have recruited Lena, do you think? I'm sure we must have been able to if I'd done something differently, but alas, seems like she's gone for now. Oh, I know we were gonna check out the window, duh.
Behind the men are talking, but you swear you hear those black limbs tap on the window as the wind blows outside.
Like, I've succeeded at this, and then it just told me no. Wait, what is it again? It's a perception check? Anything that might help with perception? I don't think so. Oh. I kind of forgot that perception was one of those. Oh, we've got one bullet. Okay, I see. Yeah, no, it doesn't really do much for us, as long as none of these are like... Oh. The hat is undermining our perception, though. As are the glasses. Okay, maybe this isn't supposed to be such a hard check. Maybe I just...
You find yourself looking at that big old window. There's a yellow ribbon tied to one of the branches. Light yellow, faded with time. A tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket. Hanging from it, a bronze key. Someone hid the key in the bush and attached a yellow ribbon to make it easier to find. It's close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open and just take it. Surely not a coincidence.
What's the key in the bush? Did you guys hand the key to me?
And I need the fatty to get his feet amputated because the smell is killing me. We can't always get what we want.
God damn it, Dennis. You know I can't help it.
Sorry, fucko. These guys won't help you.
Look, I'm gonna enjoy the sight of you in the bushes out there.
With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, grabs the key from the hawthorn branch, and slides it across the table. The key is brass. Workshop spare is etched into its bow. The old man closes the window and sits back down in silence.
Come on, man. We were just having some fun. Where's the harm in...
I'm tired of listening to your shit.
Thank you.
Don't thank me. I don't give two shits about your key.
Well, anyone know I was hanging out there?
Didn't even know it was there. Boys.
No idea.
Never even seen it. Someone must have hidden it there before this room became our place.
I'm not gonna wonder out loud to them what doors it's opening, because I bet we can find them. Although we will put on my stuff again.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple. The key fits the dimple lock. Dust rises before you like mist.
Oh my god, we did it.
A tomb haunted by regal spirits from distant ages.
Also, I'm pretty sure we had an object up here that we wanted to keep wearing. Yes. Plus one empathy. Close the door behind us. Oh my god, it's a makeout room. Franco-Nigerian. Name is Horses and Swords. Maidara. The back glass shows a female figure in mourning. Spare key is tied to the bush outside the corner room window. I guess if we'd broken in here, that would be how we'd deal with that. Another pinball table that we can't see.
Over there, in the corner.
Pinball machine?
Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats. It's lit. You can't wait to get your hands on it. Lit. A phrase almost synonymous with the Insulindian pinball scene.
See what I'm saying?
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats. A classic.
You've played it?
A little.
Feels like a lot. Too much to play it again.
Let's take a closer look.
Ah, great.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. There's a small column of text underneath. The machine is coin operated. Get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready.
Hey, Cyanide, how's it going? Yeah, I feel you. Twitch can be annoying with that sort of thing. I don't know, like, sometimes it decides to log me out of my shit, and I'm just like, you know what, I have streaming to do. I don't actually want to have to go and reset all of my things immediately. Alright, let's see. Read the text.
Above the painting of a mustached man climbing a hill, a column reads...
And I appreciate the security stuff to some extent. I'm sure that if my account ever got, or if someone ever tried to hack my account, I'm sure I would appreciate it. But I just, sometimes it ends up being a little bit excessive.
Heroic Gordy shall return and save his people.
What about
The theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb through the perspective of goats and to ascend to the top of the mountain in a time of trouble.
Nice. I'm glad the college has been going well for you.
The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield. All the balls have small goat icons on them and represent the goats as they race up and down the mountain.
It's kind of cute, actually.
Areas around the playfield represent Gordy's climb, places he was said to have camped, which the goats can discover.
What's with all the goats?
Indeed, think of them as balls.
Alright, let's insert the coin.
It takes a while to get into a rhythm, but pretty soon you're able to keep 3
Golden achievement. Gertie Ball is lit. Get your pinball on.
with relative ease. Go, go, Fingerboy.
I feel sorry for the gods. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was.
What kind of guy?
The kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot when recounting his travels. A masked nationalist.
A racist mountaineer.
An avid huntsman too.
My dad had,
He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted.
My dad had a old, or not old, I guess, an old pinball machine called, I think it's Bally's Old Chicago. Like, the machine itself is cool. The artwork is very pretty. It's like a very, like 1920s. What's the name for it? Like the Roaring '20s, whatever. Like, that's the kind of vibe of it. And yeah, being like, there have been a few times where the machine hasn't worked properly, so we like, or I think it doesn't work properly right now. So we've like had to go inside of it and like look at the bits, and it is kind of wild to see like there's no computer, there's no any of that. It's like I don't know, it's fascinating to see how those older machines work. That is not cool.
He also hit his wife and kids. Other people's kids too. Sometimes pets. Hateful little man.
But you seem to be having fun.
I'm pretty good at this.
Your game is definitely improving. The jolly goats are flying all over the board. And although a few plummet to their deaths, you're never left with less than 3. Suddenly, a special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top of the board. This is where the balls need to go.
The narrow passage.
Maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit isn't easy. More fall to their deaths. But finally, the opportunity presents itself. One of them gets through. The words "Pale Rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts filling with a thick, milky fog. Something's happening.
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting more money out of the players. A stupid, nihilistic finale.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Some is actually leaking out of the machine, and one by one, your goats start slipping, disappearing into the milky nothingness. Lucky goats. The fog looks so...
Why is the Inland Empire so depressing? I don't know if this is a euphemism for sex at this point.
This can be navigated. The balls leave almost imperceptible disruptions in the fog. Use them to calculate.
I think we've had enough metaphors for sex throughout this. Also, we have gone through the underground homosexual, the underground homosexual, underground?
When a ball goat is
the homosexual underground.
Is staggering, but it can be done. Folk, you're down to your last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat is something special. 5 times you snatch him back from the jaws of death.
We done
I
this
am.
much.
I've seen it before.
Only the tension in his posture betrays his interest.
We don't have any extra skill points to put into reaction speed, do we? No. 3%. Yeah.
If you can't even see it. The last goat plummets into the fog.
I'm annoyed that's a red check that I apparently can't ever
Suicidal
try again.
glee. It killed itself to spite you. There goes nothing, finger boy.
Damn, the thoughts in my head are pissed with me.
All
Such
these
antagonists.
mesmerizing machines, just waiting to be plugged back in and played. Feels like it might jump back to life any moment. The lights illuminating the white-robed woman.
What's white the aura?
Some kind of inane pinball theme, probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. The history themes are the worst.
Deora was one of the 3 crown cities of the DeLorean era, on the Marindi Isola, the others being Ria Silvia and Advesperaskit. This theme
Language
is
puzzle
all
game.
about early airships and beautiful, sad Pearl Lake.
I don't know if I have actually.
It's quite nice, actually.
Language puzzle game. Do you know what it's called?
The lieutenant grimaces, looking at the machines.
Let me fire up these bad boys and play some
You
ball.
can't fire them up. They are broken. Only that one machine in the main hall works.
What a dumb name. Royalist Pinball. If they weren't broken, he would kick one of these machines about now.
You don't enjoy it.
I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? Let's move on.
He doesn't.
Make an Nigerian. Alright, 92%. Please don't fail this.
Kim Pinball Kitsuragi.
Kim Pinball Kitsuragi, aka Kimball?
Exactly. That's what he's known as. His reputation precedes him.
You're Kim Pinball Kitsuragi.
So now he remembers. Fine, I'm Kim Pinball Kitsuragi, aka the Kimball. You remembered. Congratulations.
You don't seem to really like pinball.
No human being should. It is a game that requires no skill and a childlike affinity to flashing lights and to fantastique, science fiction, and historic romance franchise. It is lame.
Then why are you called Pinball?
I am not called Pinball. It was used to taunt me a long time ago.
Let's see, let me just
Before I
look that up
became a
real quick.
homicide detective and got my lieutenancy.
Chance of... Oh, it sounds interesting. I might have to look that up actually. I'll definitely look into that more. Ooh, what is it? How did
Fine.
you?
I was a juvenile police officer for over 15 years. It's how I started out in the RCM. Once I had to infiltrate a pinball ring. As you do when you're a juvie cop.
Lame.
Unbelievably. To do that, I needed to become a pinball champion.
Oh, interesting.
I trained for 9 months. The job was successful and I was moved out of the juvenile wing to homicide. End of story.
You're a juvie cop for 15 years?
That time is over now. I was already a 38-year-old man. It was unbecoming, as was playing pinball.
So that's why he doesn't want to talk to Kuno. Trauma and stressor disorder from being a juvie cop.
So that's why you don't want to talk to you
It's
now.
best if you handle the juvenile delinquents.
Don't worry, I'll keep calling you Kim.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is good too. Now, we really need to continue
interesting.
our
I'm-
sweep of what appears to be a secret path through the whirling.
I'm curious what kind of other stuff that might, like how that kind of a game would play out. And also if I'm
This small elevator is
familiar
dimly
enough with other
lit by a
languages.
bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside. Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in.
I get the
There are
controls.
large rectangular buttons, monter, descend, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken.
Oh, it's like a tower of... Oh, interesting. Oh, that's really cool.
A small steel plaque reads Halter 800. Halter is a Koningsteiner lift company who went out of business a long time ago.
I wonder what it was used for.
Seems like a small freight elevator for transporting machinery. For that, it's pretty quaint.
Let's go up. Let's see what's up there. Oh. Small windows taped shut with black plastic. Can't see outside. Huh. Box of tools and replacement parts line the shelves. Schematics for a pinball machine. Futurism themed. Whose was this? Pinball maker's coat. Pinball machines been taken apart and gutted.
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up. A long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
Used to be a pinball
Looks
workshop.
like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over. Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the hearties bang away at it.
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
Whirling in Rags was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade. All left over from
As
that.
the novelty dice makers said. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
Looks like they gave up on fixing the pinball machines at some point.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue.
Could this mean it really is part of the Doomed commercial
If
area?
that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
Stupid superstition. But still, it's not a ghost story.
Fine, finish the thought. Enough of that. Footsteps, though.
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Someone's been here within the last week or
3
two.
weeks maximum, from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
This is so good it makes him forget the whole Kimball memory.
It was a stereo investigation after all. It has
Look
now
at that.
converged with our main investigation, adding a new fact to consider.
What does this
It
mean?
means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, behind Classius' room, in the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant.
Have a closer look then.
Large prints, most likely made by Boots. The size is hard to determine. Soul could be bigger than Vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines.
It's okay. This game is a... what's the way to describe Disco Elysium? We are a cop who lost all of his memory after a legendary rager, I guess. We have no idea who we are. We've had to piece it together from start to finish. There's a guy lynched out in the backyard, and now we are putting that together. And this is probably stuff I should have figured out a long time
This
ago.
print is unlike one left by a regular worker boot. It is not a
Excuse me.
brand soul with logos on it. It
Also, yes, the
seems
cop is getting
custom
kisses then. That is
or old-fashioned.
canonical. This doesn't look like the odd-sold print we found at the hanging.
The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person.
Sorry, I wasn't... Fair enough. Yeah, the gameplay of it is... I mean, it's mostly... I mean, I guess... It's like a D&D visual novel, I guess. But not in a setting that really is associated with either. Oh, no. Yeah, there isn't that shit. Those look like the workers' boots from the hanging.
These little horizontal lines are different.
Oh, wait till the ad
They look
ends.
custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
Let's move on from the prints.
This is the barred door you tried to kick in before.
Unbar the door. Yeah, there's a lot of it that's just not ideal.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions.
Yes, miss.
I don't think we really have any other questions for her.
Gracefully.
Yeah,
That door there. Did you know it leads to an elevator or a downstairs elevator?
I did not. Mystery solved then. I kept wondering where it led.
But yeah, it's basically, it's like a D&D in terms of like the dice rolls, skills, stuff like that. A bit more of a visual novel in terms of the actual gameplay itself, I feel like is probably the best way to put it. And then with like, you also have all of these thoughts in your head. All of them are trying to get in the way of you and each other sometimes. They just had a big argument with me over whether or not this woman is lying to me.
There may be more to this mystery at some later time. She's holding back. Let's make a mental note for now.
Tracks on the floor, they're recent.
Huh. This isn't good.
She's straight as a stick, suddenly. She feels like quarry, encircled. Her eyes dart to the door.
Okay. I'm glad someone's had fun. Mm-hmm.
She's lost in thought, eyes narrowed.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? No.
Mm-hmm.
She's lost in thought, eyes narrowed.
All right. Sure.
That's more about you.
The record. So
I don't think there's anything else.
Yeah. Not my favorite topic, but how about we...
Yes, miss.
I don't think there's anything new here.
Cool.
Okay. What did we pick up? Oh yeah, the paintball maker's coat. Alright. We're gonna head down. Oh shit, it's already past 7. Shit. Okay, we're probably gonna save and take a bit of a break for now because we've been doing this for about 4 hours and we're already almost 10 minutes past the timer to take the next break. But once we save, we will be back with Persona 4 Golden at 8 p.m. my time in about 50 minutes. I'm going to try and recover and become briefly human.
Was there another thing?
Wait, we'll
Great.
just back there.
Okay. Well, I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you.
He's really, really holding himself back.
We'll finish this and then we'll
It
save.
takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously, he's been wanting to know what's behind them.
I should ask what's back there.
Okay, what is back there?
Pinball machines.
I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean.
Why? Do you want to play? Because that might be a free game.
No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there.
Thinking of turning this place back into a pinball arcade?
No, but we could diversify the entertainment options, seeing as you've opened the door back there. The machine we have in the corner now is broken. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here. Other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble.
Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must be making good sense to him right now. Sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be overjoyed to hear that it's part of the doomed commercial area. He should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things.
No.
Yes?
I will not scare him with superstitions. Anyways, alright, we're gonna save here. We made good progress on this, honestly, today. And then we'll go to the main menu, and we're gonna close out of the main menu right away, because it seems like the main menu music is what triggers the copyright thing. So. Oh god. There we go. Okay. Thank you guys for watching, whether you're here for some of this, all of us, bits and pieces, etc., etc. Like I've said, we're going to be taking a quick break, and then when we come back, we will be coming with Persona 4 Golden. We've just started on Rise's thing, on her Midnight Channel show. Yeah, copyright law. They don't block it, which I appreciate, but I don't like it when the system starts picking up on copyrighted shit and stuff like this, because then it's like, what happens if they change their mind? I don't want to get a bunch of strikes, like with the VoDs on YouTube or whatever, you know? But alas, sometimes the internet is simply the internet. Anyways, okay. For real, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in about 50 minutes or so, hopefully.